059 887779. Ahuda Foundation saying Kanchero ya baba wa uni na mfio unya shabra no muncho nsano juma for free. Omochero memanta de pam t-shirt ene made in Ghana abaya jarabia nini na omochero ne pam tifo ni chire akwatiala 19 steps. Haja da Ghana fio momo ben Kumasi Central Mosque from 0206487437 and 0274538783 na omomwa wosa kwan so for over 30 years and a polytank ba Ghana na mama boa amankane ye kan kura ho with bitumen. Yes, ya kan kota because tankers town council ba enti ya kan ho thinking say no na e ma ya kura no ha ba say ne yeku ho ba polytank ba na sane mani nyina to try say ho tuntum na pa polytank ba mu tuntum ene mu ne white tuntum fanso ngum ema efin bia imaginam and nowadays it comes with various sizes and various shapes into our kwa emo bi na down can just send me momo na men send you be normal kofa bibia amro wa kwa you make a choice of shape ape na afi ochiaka na wo de ko omo rambo hippo sumo super sumo ni nyina e papa so tiemu Kumasi utiemu onkran sunyane babia wo bia ebo ni nyina eye pepepe enti enhye so polytank papa ankasa enti aye enhye so you don't need to make that mistake so akoto bibia what's ifie ebia pese woton announce kakra bansa pese otofie ana wumpo afa na bia bansa wusi fie de meka nyina no ye nyina ni chere Green Vision Real Estate Agency eho na de meka nyina omudi huduma se pese oton fie ana se pese otofie ana mpo wo fie na wutu kwan opo bi behweso yi a ye nyina de ni chere Green Vision Real Estate Agency omo wo hwimase kwada so haya ana betimi mpa from 053 884-7707. Muso kremuni no shemo ewon Nkwantannanso. So kebi more coming up live on 104.7 FM. I told you yesterday, I know I'm a cultural, so I have a special person. In fact, he's one of the people that I revere so much. Munim dada engineer Kwabena Japan. And now maybe before me cultural say enemne ne beshia. To me, make us obefia nesa. Some of you who do not know, probably there are so many things or hide you do not know you can. When I got to know this one, I was so young. Now me pay TV sports. He introduced me to sports. Honestly, you don't know. Anyway, and now me shobo enunti ene yankomono yade shase e ohodoma. It's a show produced by Kwame Adujamfi Kumanin, Mami Braye Fojo, Nana Kwakubofa, and my executive producer Fuseni Isa. More coming up. We are live on Facebook. More here on Facebook, and you can leave your comments there. We'll take time to read them. And we are also live on YouTube. Over Facebook, Ayopimso Radio. On YouTube, Ayopimso TV. We are with you, and he is with us here. Opajini memwa kwaba.
Mijoso Kofi.
Now what is saying? Maniaje. In fact, the things we are doing today, some of you inspired us. The intellect, the tenacity at that time to be a presenter. Meaning say an MPP ne aspirations in Tini Ohaba. Yebeko achire kakra. Somewhere I think Namisha 1987. I don't think Namisha. But 1987, minim that time in fear no debate somewhere. I think in your mid-20s. Now host sports highlight and sort of bomb. But this is Kobna Adia Japan. GTV. That's any TV you want pay. That Ghana now just say TV set you feel Ghana any TV station year one. You know number we at 3 p.m. Mbana lines colors we go so then they know to say circumstances beyond our control. Natural gas here. Cover Aquava.
Mijosona really evidence. Mama, I will see a crego.
Oh,
I had in Raha efficacy. Higher mention.
Sure.
I saw your pencil. With them the Yankopon, any day, any messon, Yenana, 2-4, say to 2 abuse. No, I some no sentiment, I die no our hair so. Saying Yankopon, man, say, and saying. Some kakra to and so Yankopon be crano. Fair, am I? Minya rest studio has here. I have no. You won't me Kumasi here. And I use Sanuso yet to crew from here.
Oh, Kumasi boy, pa.
Imagine ha, which me whom Papa fee. You see, so. And Osha baby as I say, Nana or di Ebujano. Na a cool pack. me bobo
so kokokokoko
nti sano kwasiara me namfo kwasi jamfi kwabrantin olunum ombe bohwema o efia na je se medwane o
fast
me koda dada ye koso ame
cricket nso ha
ye koso ame kohwe cruise kakra ne aba Abyss Park fabe wo so ne ye nkrokro num time
you see
ansa na bewie ahemfi ha nti ahade me fa ne se time na mi so ame me ye kobolo kakra me bidru area ha no makai ne ye san ba cricket na ho no ye high bike
ho ne twi bike kobo
obeto
yayi anam ka jo bisa obuka park no na ye park kese kin face akron se ona na
aha na mshi
alaji bruiser ho na mbobo
ana na mshi alaji bruiser na o team bi ombe bokro from so ne o park bi na MSI station
Santos Park yeah
go left no mu go free papa ko no nyina
great
nti me duru ha si na chese amama asan ya akola bio na amama kai me dadem so because who said there me kai say be far bike unse crew from see at the community houses community I say yenkwa na I say lawyer ni fie ya yenkwa it
mona me daddy bees
o dabi me de na me tisi mana me ko na mabe faka mabe
high bicycle
unse sani emu so high sani
o de ko ni chanso
na etwi farm so nti me na ho titin kakra udu fie doze so kwaso na asambo waka nti me be kuma sese dia
obafie
chese mabefie.
And the fever conso by your kotoko. So said okay, I know you love Asante Kotoko. I think so. Who's on so I don't know the nostalgic feeling.
Your local football. I mean, the last week me who's a blaster ball match. Stadium Miami. Then I'm saying Kotoko Bo Africa Cup. Ombe born in kind. And see Kumasi pitch no problem be. Na me she nipa e koya. Na me raho. And I dear boy consignor me madam a good dear made day and it's ready who I'm guessing. We need to get the passion back to football in this country. Na sa ahokeka a ne we local football and ne mama Ghana for biti driving cross or support to Aston Villa. Mentiase my ama abrofui abeton wo football
amaye
I mean, it's over Spain, baby. You can't go to Passamo.
A bed in power.
So, one most sure radio see. There be a mechanic say, I mean, can you if you say, oh, I know must have to ama me say, now come now, now, yes, sports highlights. I would the international segment buy. Me I'm cough is the cough buy.
What said that na what talk a crabby?
Just give us
glimpses of what's going on in the world.
Now, Fede is to say, Anopa. So we radio and I say yeah obeka say
it's your pen no cry chain
and yet there has to be a deliberate attempt to revive our soccer. And I'm Mr. Suminyo I believe in jack of all trades. Me feel say Ghana idea a strong woman internationally yagidi soccer boxing athletics me can't say other sports no me nenso so we should focus on these three and no now, I'm a din kese. Me obi asinyame ye madoma. I want to send football and sports back to the presidency. This said the Kwame Nkrumah ya oni ohene jan. Ma football be strong those days. I think say we have to say ye ti anisi hu ne ye hwe. And now those days kwesi ara wo kwaso open term. And at the country man bass say football connected to the community. It is a we use our link in the free hoa. Now break it down. Now say me share league table. Who say traditional teams like Akakrabi.
And they are also sinking on the table.
Because instead say you pet traditional teams. Say you joining a traditional team. Obia be also no opportunity. Because of commercialization, nisika kakra benye free players na de. And so na akele ye football. Enti Kumasi ase. There be am this one bogrusa. Na cornerstone. Ene Kotoko say ye boa stadium bomb massive big. And I say corners no ye. Ahoho abe Kumasi nyina. The team no go say Fantini Epson Bobby Agbeni Tetegolekunum Ankani Akwetama
and all these people were also in Kumasi. Into someone Kotoko bar is Kotoko against the other region.
That's right. Ntina Fantini to hono mu training ne ade tina e man yede na Grusa ne team na e coast team into o man no ba so na de bia me ko so Grusa wona wagu Kumasi corners too because corners there me kai pass me swa e ko hwe Kotoko ne corners 1-1 Golden Prempeh Sata no corners on a tika Kotoko were African champions in those days na so na ne corners hia say tari
local derby
amokan na emu odin wo kon the same thing has a Gamashi for Olympics. I say, we call Abadi Ninu, one ade and we call Cape Kusa dwarfs a infantifon and Casa. Na Vipers, I am on for some Sobetina.
And not wise, 11 wise, and
11 wise, so a takradi, a buy, and no suno, then we are hunter for no dear. And a Hazakes, no year, one more, Abbey more, Habon, Mr. Nati, no. Some of them you go do for no. You go do has smart. Enti uko be a brown for new be your bofakwa. Was enti every region had 2 traditional teams. Volta region near whole mighty Eagles. Whole Sunset, ni pepi nkai. And sana later Vora Dep num ne Aguzumi num ne ade eba. Uku drew Tamalea ne Ogbewa United.
Okay.
Ne San War Savannah Stars. No, Mukambu Mbe real Tamale
United. Okay.
I'm say upper region pay. And at that time, ni team. No more Mighty Rocks, but no more Premier first division. I think there should be a deliberate attempt. Say, you saw no Papa Doko Stadium. No, because we are under the age of I think 15 and 16. I do Roma na a free. Nti me sa na Edimiko Stadium. As at now, meet me Kyle Menis, Kotokoni be United and Papa Demira Stadium first. Now there was a sea of red. Be for no more shirt, I said, yeah, shirt, Damino, red and black. Okay. Mekaipa must have been 67, 68, or 69. There's a lot wrong with our local football. I think that the FA is placing too much emphasis on the Black Stars to the detriment of local football. Because local football is a local economy. Those days, Asante Kotoko Africa Cup. Basisa, a bigina circle. State transport, no money home for so papa. Be a 40 buses at the Nipa Eba. Na circles this year strong. See, we free Konongo ba, we free Nkoko ba, we free Enche ba, we ba to one year Duani Stadium. Hotels are around Asokwa. Those businesses, and it has affected them. To one collapse. Enti idea is a big thing. Sports now, marketing it's a source of commercialization in business. To me, and see Black Stars so because Black Stars Kobo World Cup how many times yeah boy and who for so Ghana. Idea Bakusa I'm very much against because me still I'm a support to cool football. More teamwork.
And I don't think we can even build a stronger Black Stars without developing our local football.
It's important. And I will say, it's our local connection and a bond, very good. It's a goalkeeper or that, or has he. You feel, say,
or no quantity has for you, person. Your players be
some top players be a Omoka national team. I believe in the quota system to build, and I've looked at the Black Stars, my share local league. Standards no difference in your too much beer. So when them show no. And that's one dream. Which not said you kind no me did 25 years. Now me host
because they have made I can still remember the picture that we were seeing on screen.
That's right. Now me have branches. That's a name of kakra.
And a secret move. Every man in country.
Those days now me a celebrity them. That I won't go out to the whole country. Mikai say, yeah, World Cup in 1990. It was all my idea. First name, panel discussion. Now me tell two coin long vac. No me call Bruce. Me come Korean who's
no one beer to no discussion. Beer to say start here and
but yeah, by any there be 1990 World Cup. Many producers ne kasai say look, with the idea be beba. Yeah, na yeah panel discussion in design set papa. no I'm saying e be there to feed no that time na World Cup da live the year from 80s ni na a delayed transmission then so that time madam for ni Jacob Bechibilam he was the chief executive of Lentas, one of the biggest advertising agencies. I'm going Jake say GBC for so muniska a quite ben on betuya from the feed no G feed ni from Utna same so Utna
yes
and then
no you book on na Utna I see
na a G feed na no more ton African countries no say na chance on mama companies or syndicate companies no say na embe na benefit am so you be a panel discussion the be start a be adverts during the discussion be adverts before the match half time at the end of the match and no started na commercial department for me because na menye staff of GBC it was just a hobby
one of no be na
me be na me ko ntimi kai say you na me ma Adiva shares for so much okay dinner
that is
Adiva shares omo my shares no my jacket no my tie no my mom mattress here wardrobe by Adiva shares and no can be nya ho amane omo say makoji advertising you know but that was the beginning of advertising
you know chino na mama even Barcelona 92
that's right and no me count
the Olympics
count down to Barcelona nisane mani mani nyina nti sports present na passion am pay from Kumasi football no because school anameko Royal International School
Asokwa
any stadium share
yeah we ni nyanke talk na mtako pa minim se na po ha Royal
ni free mu no ama
aye bibio
na tokro bi da ayi na senti edu midweek na nkola na ya room yakotra na e be free you know so and if you are ye seniors ni won ohoso na Oliver Akwati Oliver Akwati na danfo pa ne has for me no Robert Foley and Joe Gatti nti e ko bo has ne kotokwa atintan pa de e bo so maba Oliver Hofi
na very discussion
you know so I think it is time for us as a country to be deliberate about rebuilding our local sports because fortunately the crowd they can't say you will stay there papa kakra our tracks for instance I mean you call the fourth athletics it is sprints there from Ohinika Karinum and the George Daniels ne Abedlomo Temu you know Kora you know until me say 88 Olympic Games Mikobi
I see
92 Barcelona Mikobi 96 Atlanta Mikobi by 2000 I too involved in politics until me and come now it was my dream say make Olympic Games and you know that passion for sports and akoye say DSTV no man bano DNS so the competition kese aba nti yes no ye improve ye up ye game on our local you know na ye pe kwan bi e be rebuild the connection with the local people because teams ni be obodi on be bi kra o free nti nim supporters omo you know and it hurts at na omo nyina so no mo ye bia na mo support teams ti me hu so obi o ha na o ye kotokoni o so makote team me ntiase
engineer it looks like a idea affecting all the sectors. It looks like we have downplayed yenema even food wise.
That's right.
And all have be so beside the be pan or pa on have the be watch on or more piece of able bibia and but no so be catch say e be an aduane pa it looks like yenema was developing no yenunu mum no yempe yenya product developing on my no ya pe foreign products in
says area has become a global village because of internet and technology. The cost we are seeing piano. And now for phones so utimi hu the cost time nentisa. That kind of peer pressure no ni ho. And no crowd the very major social issues are bring as a people. And ne obi didi kra na otwa. No de chire obi. Okotona play mu no we trust out the first class so Ghana for na yenye ISM that's number one who skakra na ahobrase odisi say ayechre na doors you know doors na affected the younger generation influence a lot of things. Because the sad man, that's why I think we have a major social problem in this country. Yeah, politicians, we have to recognize it and deal with it. I'm a parent and say, I fear see. Because you son, there's no way so bit me fear. We say Ukraka na no papa na toma.
Can't put yourself on.
And I say what to be there in free.
Obi chose kakra kwakasa asma sine demand. Now they are more parents.
So there was a lot of discipline, and then so they me I source it to the movement from the traditional educational system now. PNDC time. Sika ya eko IMF. Ya ko jisika structural adjustment program. You see eko GSS. We dey feel say enona hurting this country. Na me nyankopon ya madam na be president. Ekon ya me those in the education system be tena to walk our way back, because me so I did 12 years na me call from one. We call from one, we call to be the 18, 19 or upper 6. To who cry usro into a the hierarchy, the respect. Fancy we call from two court to cry call I chance permission. Until it developed this hierarchy. Now it's now 7 years. By the time we were from 5 crown, why a well-rounded individual as a free hokra betimi akopejuma. In those days we were from 5 years, utimi kopejuma. And son wako 6 form, wako university. So into the school system, they say in Kolani United Nefi. Into training a friendly training. A biniho. Because you say also as oko two senior mpa. As oko copra. A be a rooster. Be a so clean toilet. This away that about. So you
go through it.
You go through it. And also so know that the boarding system the boarding system created harmony in our country. Because we caught lower dormitory, local as a near one. The binum no binum papa ministers there. And so no farmers mao. It be free crobo. It be free infante. It be free same. We were all together. So the biases that we have as a people, it reduces. And it builds national harmony and cohesion. And the idea of the carbon ni entiasie ni any die any ebuo eba. Emma utum say wadam for pa onye okromuni unim no baby and so utimi build the bond na ye die nyini. And the school system na and then kolan trefia no form any bad habits nyina. Ebi asebi ofi bibi one papa nsem empa on to be da on prada. By the time be 15 now call SSS. It's a somebody 2 years, who's a 2.5 years, who's a 3 years. The character is formed already. It's a major issue with our education system. Professors now almost own their Ghana Education Service. Almost I hold them responsible. One they say 2 politicians nefo. Yenya say obi aba no dey say education.
Education council at the open way
no be no. Education is so basic to us. O-level, A-level system. I think that is the best preparation for life. And prepare because we went to me and to us. Yeah, O-level they do to say we will be O-levels.
That time so much to the page you are.
One American. Utimi the co-police, utimi the co-soldier, utimi near bebre. And I think the educational system nipa edi ensa akeka dodo na okwa abrocha de oha na eho enti September obi anim say your first time
unti mesesa maybe 2 years maybe 3 years we make 4 years
enti say kwa minim term omwo because you are confused. So this is something that should not happen. Minim say cool time to kwa ni ade say close university and no status ani mani bebre nanso so haven't seen democracy for over 30 years no there. We've got to restore some of these things. Who say long back, end of June to August, July, August, September. Until I call from one on the 4th of October. Now call. Ukwa humosa ubompa say December beba na wabefi. So until all these things are nema a hammy, especially the social issues in this country. Parenting. It's because parents cry. Give up.
You don't have power again.
And on the first now, Kufia, no, no, papa, no transit, nti table manners. And we are told you a crowd bunting. And a lot of things are being lost. Our traditional setting na didn't come on the any entity pano. First upia bontia atare e show and pabobi wa ntimi FMP. Na nsemi na ma me she da hwe. Nipa nyina hye mpaboy kase first nke e kase wo kwa abonti ntimi hye sa mpaboy. So na ye nua ma ye ntina na ye from akitesia ye se kataso na odi esie. So and obitimi hye obi abonti because o free ne dem ana o si abonti.
On so fifi pa na pi
sanity. So all these things major social issues I think as a country we need to talk about them. And I'm very passionate about social issues because Ghana the most difficult areas a hona in collaboration any in Sarie any in Mabone
phrase
a honey phrase and then Mususuna a team so we've got to take a look at that. Now one other thing I mean you say ni pepi uncomfortable with me is one elephant in the room when you but the idea especially sexual harassment in workplaces the idea koso say ni ma be do edin kono nkola a o wi school mo pejuma people want to take advantage of them and sign them or ejuma they are being taken advantage of na idea dey you nua ba anya ode now the idea we anya ode the idea o mama anya ode no ye me man nyese ye dey nipa. And it is for us to rise up and speak up against those issues.
Unfortunately, those to speak against are the people involved.
But that's why some of us, I mean, those of us who feel passionate about it, can and shame, name and shame and punish people. Not a set precedent. Now, same say, be by student being in collaboration, same kaka.
On a headmaster,
a creative problem. So, and all these things, you can't say be a Nkwantannanso started. Of course, those days there were no telephones, there was no internet, maybe a reportage no yellow kakra. But the most important thing is we cannot joke with discipline and hierarchy in society. And prepare things that are right. Me, I want to be an advocate for the right things to be done in this country. And even if it is going to cost me politically, I don't mind. I want to be known as someone who fought for what is good. And ye subaimpa, kasapa, any day, entity. Timosu media now can continue from a fourth estate of the rail. Timosu will be to radio so. And some are all canon.
Host of a program.
Host of a program. Pijana not dim penny for atem, did him for atem, did him and penny atem, and fata.
But that's my you're not saying so. Yeah, I continue to be a baby. That's it. I didn't know. And yet, many shouldn't. If it means saying we become a small minority that is standing for what is right. I see Kenya 1 year, 1 year, and speak it. I mean, I want to take a crane and couple of the mammy as I say me, that tears me. Still, I'm fusing me a young kakra. I say them anymore. Me the back toso akasa tumkolanefu. A lot of people because I come now say the enema assessant enema assessant say assessant the papa mu ana ne boni mu. We cannot accept mediocrity as normal. Enti obi didi nkrofo atem na emfata na yesi eno na abaso eno de mejidi say nyesa na say enti the social issues in this country are very important. Now we the political leaders have to yesi di ho kan reorientation of the Ghanaian, recalibration of our thinking, nema SSS, because a year kojini hinese Ghana no politics no ukumwa nese ukudidi and tisa I don't believe in that. So may I have a doctrine? I'm a friend of triple S doctrine, service. So but soon unless we be crying in return, sacrifice. So but you don't want boy for it, any selflessness. Say you BBC when you become the now between Yamana Pesimin Kuminya. And so those character traits are very important. Now I see a building well a man sam ya years say your generation there. I can say Nyamishrai. Meaning say generation be a bear say
because you need to black and white television. Na see who
color television.
I see who HD one
curved one.
First, no, so person go from my wa brochura. Just go post office. No go book.
Be 3 days, 4 days. Call no buy a tiamo from. I'm saying do chika.
Na you kwa na wine say. And na ukra phone. Oba wa brochura do tu mu a uhu nanim. Nti ene video WhatsApp call. The nipa na to kra o feeling it is first because you may be able to na kasa we was on nam hoy was on nam hoy in we yes we accept that that there is technological advance nanso so enema ni bi wo ha touchma ha adwen we should build on the positives not the negatives intimidate mrantie no afutu a metu on ne se eso mo hwe omusu ni omoban yi ne nema bia ha oman
mene engineer Kwabena aje Japan na etwetwe nkomo ina I mean no babia wafa ni babia obedru no enyem nwa I mean social aspect we benya no ho sports engineering politics na ne bedi nkomo pa entwe ho for video no ho entwe ho bi mfanto akachenso mfanto 104.7 na kachiro omomwa amono no we are live on Facebook Opimso Radio, also on YouTube Opimso TV. More no that one president Kufo president of free 2001 ABC 2007 na ye diwem 2008 not ono and no ye press secretary me ne ubi samia ye hu Fourth Republic make us say we proper and well groomed UP product me nkaso otia ni ntia ba mo munni MPP pa ni Ghana politics ne de. He is one of the people and yes or NPP. I will still want to see him at the forefront, whether NPP or Ghana politics or Ghana leadership or Ghana's administration. Or no, some people be more behind this, but or no per se now. To me, he's proper and well groomed UP product. Former NPP General Secretary. Those of you who care to know. NPP flag bearer aspirant. I think this is the third time I will call. Media minimum the kakra, but I will ask him. For some of you, I be a munim niye. Who is Kwabena Aje Japan, and what do you stand for, engineer?
Me dasi. I'm say. You see, last time I checked the statistics, about 60% of the voting population only under the age of 40.
Okay.
In some occasions, about 40 years ago, so be cry already 30 cry no one sit down. Soon a dos. A pempi minya akonya it said the odia mamia. Na a fatase me komechi. Na ma chire history no kakra na Ghana fo. Because me go back to time from 1979 near O level. And a 2 kruma. So that time near prepare for elections 79 and a revolution by soldier for opening for almost sure monka may kind of say because in that election no na ye ku UP for no ye muche United National Convention UNC and the Popular Front Party inti ene command man eborem Inti by 92 and I fight 24. The man by already 2 years, just around 27 months or so. So just over 2 years. And on December 31st, rolling some baby will be 2. And no dear for 5-6 years near that curfew. 6 o'clock is a mona, 7 o'clock is a mona. Na Kumasi attitude there, me kai 1 weekend February 28th. Na kotokone has crab match with stadium. Na mse sofu bi odifo asai samati odifo asai asemna. Do niso jeni bi problem bi bai. Eda no wo mo kochi papa yi. Ebu no de ni sikemba kejitia na sata na run about. Bu ni tuition wo ho. And for 2 days una kejitia na so peja onsa. And over 30 churches in Kumasi were bent down. It took the chief of defense staff then, Brigadier General Nuno Mensa, no buy and son no calm the situation and put it under control. By the time he went in, 150 did that bunting. Oh, Kumasi say. enti enye dia Ghana yako through the journey that we have been through enye journey kitwa nti enyuma ne ye na nadwuma na ne ebinom sanka 24 hour na NSC womo na obegu 24 hour business no PNDC nti satam womo boba najo those say so na ko Odion
nse me school me kwa Santmanche
when say the next door nti Odion Rex ni Rivoli num nyina guye nti the nightlife in Ghana virtually came to a start. Now those days no you also from no Kumasi dey na high top
Kumasi dey say
ewia kra ever be time weekend because kejeti awon na dim light Umar the Shrine Sphinx
Zana Club
and the baleta Golden Key chese clubs are now kejeti awon kwa be 8 so I'm the mission yes so na am antena eni so she hitimi tam ka na free ya bedu ha nanso so after the coup the whole country was really emasculated enti for the first 3 years she said untimi nyawe businesses collapsed time one way so mo call a friend saying World Bank IMF akoji reprieve no any GSS system here e buy they are broken there. I've never felt that they mean well for us. By zero percent more technical, and so after so many years of GSS, have we been able to produce the technicians that we said we were going to produce? No. So now, in the meantime, over 350 state enterprises. No, Kumasi say near industrial league bomb place no KBL one LLN just a football league no the industries ni nyina shoe factory ni jute factory mu nyina were sold off for pittance so it was only after that a man for a fight ya say you say it's a return to democracy. In fact, it was after the Cold War 1989 to 91 Berlin War no call from the world started changing into Russia breaking up, my friends say Soviet Union breaking up into Russia and the republics. And a pressure by say we should democratize in Africa and baby. That was the time the NPNDC man Justice Annan, who was the chairman of National Commission for Democracy, go around the country soliciting views.
Eventually became the Speaker of Parliament.
That's right. Yes, there be a until 92, you see a better by a year referendum. Now were not in place, but pressure because we know two so no one say abano or to be. Now young ranty and now a friend of Young Executive Forum. Could you bury do not a secretary? I could see AJ Jusu MP, Jusu MP. Nipano Bebre, Davia Manum. Elizabeth Ohene, Courage Kwasiga, Dr. Heyman, Kandapa, Esu Benin, Yao Benin, Moses Osebuosu. Maria here are women here. Bafo. One office now a meeting, you could see a meeting. I won't come on Avenida Hotel, Kojo Thompson Road. Now, Ocho magazine be health guide.
Okay.
So a doctor. No true health guide. Dino office na yin na kushia na yakoshe makmenu alanchire maten munyina ka ho. So enti Cecilia Dapa chese me yes me kai bia na mu din nyina mati shege legitize. Say kwabla onu say sata na bibi onu a businessman.
I think in the early 90s kwa no run advert for TV.
Baby yeah. One of the strong pillars of the Young Executive Forum. Penny back was a friend of Kofi team man. So in those days, no contribution here. They are not a area school. Here they are kitty near the Abua, near the Aye Ejuma, actually party. To that time, they near support to Dr. Safodu because of PFP and UNC. Muchayana, Dubois Hemo or UNC. In 92, near Congress, no. Nina tie Safodu which do na so so ekọ no that time na Safodu na anya Professor Dubois na anya kukudro to breaking the culture of silence. Okay, that famous lecture on the Sphinx. British Council or Accra.
I think that caption even still stays in our political discourse.
That's right.
Breaking the culture of silence.
That's right. Inti wonona dodo na to aba. E man no to aba man safo do ya de bia. Aka me ho besine. Ofre nkola na dodo na ona ko prof fie. No ko man trinkwa. No ka say me nkola o muta mechini. Me do mu jawo. Ka prof you be akobeka say mo support me primary sintino. Mo fuma sem ko wan kasa. Ojia wa tu. Nti so beka 1992 ye pe obi akọ national television. Sata say then okay na ba akopẹ
GTV nko.
Na ehu susu. Ko so jani o tie so no.
On control bibia. Ena sata ma apia me nka adwuma gu. Bie mensa, apenti mensa, cruise, wiafe, me ka me nka wiadese mu nyina. Nti mpanifo ye ka so obi nko gyina TV so e model wenye party political broadcast. Na modern. Awko no ma yetumi so bia.
Me a brand e no dim fie aduasa barely 30 years at the time. Nam se David. Me sum ekui. Me dem hubo boafore. Because at that time my national figure because I'm presenting sports no. I didn't know be enemy. And see that goodwill that I had earned at the service of the New Patriotic Party. Na because now me so public service young civil engineer or Ghana Highway Authority. This is all party political broadcast.
It you grow adwuma so na.
Chesa adichie ukọ adwuma mpomofo bi ehu awo dwane. Akọtra TV so se me otuma so je na onu
to be am yababoye.
Sanity. To be am person de bebe. But I was prepared to serve and sacrifice at the expense of my professional engineering career. Sa so na ne because a free you no. A free o man no be a pe me no. Enunti na me de matage na I want my candidature to be a prick on the conscience, to prick the conscience of Ghanaians. Na amaya kai ye dadem to the theme of my campaign is MPP, going back to our roots, our noble roots, when politics was a noble calling. If kose uku yiwa kumem akosom omai akosom uku ya de obenya free money here de obetimi aye ede aboa ikuo no na me can say because ye generation ye free wa de misuro ni say ya nhwe ye suban bi e develop o Ghana ha a bibia koye say ni bre ni sika na say ye a ihu de mpanfo no bre ye atakraji manam je fi bi kai no amubedi akonom ose kwabnanum jo nyaminum tu ye ho cheye asante ha sei Dr. Selbinum Aramponsanum so say ya mfasa de na janchiri ma ebeye binum say the norm is to grab and grab and grab and also de me come krenche me na semple no bi enko kanchero nti I want to use this platform that I have as an aspirant to energize the base of the party and restore our cherished values na ayirano. Na me di two of na me say there is pleasure in serving your country. There is a sense of fulfillment so betima ye bibi na otum se wo boa because the centerpiece of politics is the welfare of the ordinary people. Ye bibi apija on mabrabo to improve their livelihoods. And unto ne politics ye komu se ye ko dream sika aye sebi esisi mu adan atoto mu sase me ma anya ne sa time mampani kufo ma me kwanya te se de o kan ye no se me mesum no na me sum o man no for close to 6 years no ma anya sa nti I have an blemish record obi enu obetimi di efin akama time because during my time me serve o man no ni die mu kwampa so kasapa so
Mamiji and Sumisa, what are your core values and how have they guided you to this far?
Me papa no Methodist ni. Me mama Catholic. Nti yesu na ekoruma
nkoka kradma.
Me koka kradma ko Methodist so.
Okay.
Ti dam papa ka se enko asore. Enti but me conference penalty no after the Methodist no e be room they say if make me akase me more Methodist but me bas come and pom krum dia ko Catholic because I want ma me so dey there be na 31st there we there member be watch night na me papa no on pray ade na o calm ni history so because wo mo free sato free yoko say be ni fie bi ni ho ni ti na dibu ano and I say nka o free yoko boka ko pie mfanse so na so Methodist so free bi ni say wa ben na omo ye ya no ko mfanse fo onzu ni be ye lawyer e bi abeka me enti e wi ase no ye nyina ni pakro metimi komi krom yoko anase me krom masko mampo betumi hu se wunu apa ni bia o ma me nu aba nanso so bia na oye farmer anase oye se bi otwa na be woni ba bi ono ya de kro uti na ye se bia o papa bi ti na education ya de a eye critical eye critical ntimi hu se nipa de ense keka educational system na eha na eha me because it is the leveler eno na page nipa free poverty mu entem so nti sa values na no one on penny ho asem na nimra de anya hwe eno na aka me ho because me ka se yesu ano o ka chem so no oku school no nhempa boa okuduru mfansi manzana e to mpaboa amano so on dem chiri nti se eduru se e be ko school now the provisions commander o hwe wani mu no watwem obuza obaka se na unyu anu wo fie ska be na me fa hwe ntu kakra mo nya ma oni so but who sade a wo ti ase because if you say ye share chobos no man now deko ono onye usa and I say in the 7 years in the fancy room obesra me twice osu unya jaw kwan na ko school no ano no ese utimi share ho so na unya say de bia na ebesra na utimi yo de debi nti o share me din no onye obi na ni brade so have values no materialism. He has no time for materialism. Ahudie ne afefede nyade ne hia no nti no it has lived with me and many other examples o yichire me me kai say one thing the marine feed that no e judge no won cry e wie bi em say no odi case kese pa na lawyer ni bi this kaba fio those days na Benz here 300,000 okay must be 78 or 79 78 I think 300,000 na smiling Benz bi na fefe bi na 300,000 na 150,000 debi nipa no scale de by na 350 it me to 2 ma 50 kaso me shede ma da wi akitekite no frame me hu ade kro kan no o se wo hu de siwe papa mini no madam fo nyesa ka me police fo achi no say judge face de bia police fo then so me say onfa the sika enko it lived with me. So we are saying you don't need materialism to be happy. You will be a friend of the spirit of contentment. Nyankomo betime shraw na kitwa bia ne kakra bia wo no na oni age ho na oni aso. Eno ya ade a ese me feel say enkola na eba no me try say e betime impact that so that emeketuo ye pray ho no. Unyina say ameka say me manyina tukwa obekofie abose akanko obi ani ho nti edan kra usu a opese usi dan kese ne ade unyina enkola ni nyina ono ham na etinum onko buko ko bowra de mi o abi a 3 months na nwura mu da so nti say my friend madam for architect we say o mehwe side B of the house no onye no Airbnb ma onye na se menya grofo ba betrema bia me ko full retirement menya kakra so aka ho enti ewiase no the beauty of this world is to serve society na obetimi eja a mark on the lives of people we bibi na nipa ka me ko round na me bo the way nipa mabo on bebre uru afi so ye papa uru afi yeah bon de omukai nsem no mo kakra na me hwe enim di because me nka asem kra ho kan so me ba office or castle na we say na obo ami na mnya we na de me ba ye say na nya scholarship na omo kan bebre so eja enu nyina account na information dan interest bibi say efin bi e wata bi because me ni mrehwe me say ade ba kwa na me mpekra sa ade a Rollins mo start ya yeso so ye be ya so yes state lands
I think say no say my home
will come major
me no be come. I think say there are some that wakoma so pa. Now me bisa we you've been a former general secretary. Yes. As an aspirant, I think 2007 you were part.
I was one of the 7.
Oh yeah,
I was 44 years at the time.
The recent one, 2023. We are looking at 2026 January 31st.
Yes.
And also come.
Yes, right.
Engineer, why do you want to lead MPP?
Not MPP. I want to transform Ghana.
Okay.
I'm passionate about transforming Ghana, and I feel say it beat me yes or so. Because Ghana for almost law abiding. Yeah, no almost shell. Where would you anymore? Na almost a didi or home be didi jaw. So we will be we are firm to say them we are firm. Work courage to say them work courage. We are determined to take the difficult decisions even if it's unpopular. To say them person. Mijidi say you have an opportunity to be able to transform the country. Me a civil engineer, and built environment near idea a hammy. Na me so you sha na etikumasi na garden city and then me baha na me ra ho because you saw me stifree crowfrom ase na sanes yase ase na ewura so ase na akopie akotiala ho no rural crossing
for koko
ho nyina na ahwede
mu for koko no kaka
ba na yakobu ahwede and then ho nyina yase no the sidan se ho nyina na afro ketia ho no ya kosi amakonra na banye se me ko stadium no na ni peso so on them chona now if you look at the greenery in this country now your children's park be crowd one chair
I know there
na na obi kwatra
there be
so the world there will be environmental engineers me postgraduate with University of Guildford or UK University of Surrey. I did environmental engineering, so I'm very passionate about green things. Who see Buduya Namera? Because I'm sure Buduya be more replace. You be sanction. Because if we are seeing Yanko boy, go Bunyana san or boy. So, as we hate me by near your Bunyanego, you know, there has to be a sustainable ecosystem. So, them sure. Inti idea friend of planning, Wogana.
Yeah, that's the reason why you want to come and lead.
Yes, it's one of the major reasons. To enforce me 6-point planner. Land reform is critical. That's number 1. Very critical. Number 2, to enforce order and discipline, to ensure that there's complete acceptance and obedience of all the rules and regulations, and a value for money, and cutting down the waste in our country. There's a lot of waste in this country. Public procurement is atrocious. Nema adia eti wenima wo kwa cotton 3 cities ma buy meto beto ma buy 20 cities. Abai no so nyina ye dia. You understand? So I'm very passionate about restoring professionalism and meritocracy. Say you are over politicizing Ghana. And NDC for by kwa dem so mo san be wesen. Because adia ba kwa Misuan Freeman Peninkufo, he did not want to disturb the state institutions. Ye buy IGP ano a friend of Peter Namfru. No I be na director nani who awachichi mu bi nyina tutu. Enso so Mampeninku for Jano mo tra mo wie ne term. Never moved it. Na me kai one in 1999. Bi na mo susakaka. Bibi pie organ a friend Albert Bafati. Tape bi esi no kunkum krofo mo record. No that time Joy FM, that I feel like Joy FM. They were forced to sack their employees. Mauku Zomelo, Samoka Nidia. No, journalist. And at that time, Harunata, and the editor of Statesman, and Akufuado, and the owner of Statesman. In Tiomsi, I published in Tidano, Yemra BNI. That Munam Kofaka, because that was 99, after 98, and I was leading Akufuado's campaign. And the next year was election. The Kofa Otimika front. Now, Alex Kuno, lawyer, and Philip Addison, me no kind. I don't be enough for 3 years. Near Kupia, a year is 37 baby show. Above 2 Abian Crane Bini. Timmy 2 car through her. Nam Koto Fanta was 37. More former Continental Hotel. Shell Bishop. Pie. nam the brain say oni and na jube 3 minutes me re feed that 3 minutes to 12 no me say yen Kofi timi nam drop de no e ba fie within a year a few they say abana adane enti that time we started abana so na repair rehabilitate castle na mampani ko for operate from State House
okay
ti ye be meeting bi enti na me na do attorney general at the time me ni gina form o ye di nkomo let me press secretary to president no more say Peter Namfuri na be IGP ti me people na say madam for never it Namfuri do us and that's very humorous when animals hey IGP Peter Namfuri the coin has flipped
be sarcastic
na just say yeah say na just omunyina course meeting I'm just saying this to let people know say power is transient within a twinkle of an eye na dane say President Kofi Boakye or the experience ni nyansa ni ntete papa freeman ya o he say there be so case oba no clear obi for the stability of the country because there had been an administration that had been office for close to 20 years. Chairman and free we any term. No more usupoku betwaso. Ono kra no so be retirement. No immigration. And son no corner osunsia na osunsia say odi hine obreku mo baby. So, ono no buy answer na kwese champon. Me madam for me new penny. Ono ebe IGP. So you are building the state institution. Even the original AD camp, the friend of commendation. The better no Oka Rollins, we am no. O man rotation. No free navy. First na rotating navy banner air force abana infantry aba. Okay. O man any rotation and sana army for the Obiba. You know, I think the country is moving at a point. Let's build the state institutions. And you think you are well built to lead? Yes, it's something because we share the Kofi. So, we set many good examples. So, they are not all the crowd presidency crowd. Sano. Tatana who and Kofi Boakye and some other Ghana there. Among Sisa. Oh yes, some more Eban. Me say you got to a point me girl and not observe me. Them say on the chief of staff the previous one. Then Kofi na me friend but my name say this is what I'm hearing. Mr. Wa, we the main question sir. Yeah. Me wa me down. Me down. You be na for pa. So, it is important that we build state institutions. Look America, we bet me kuku bia. We bet me a book aka say Professor Mills no pekoko. Accept this person, accept this person. And now we say. Ye nya is aban sesa na ye to bibiegu. I was surprised John Mahama waba. Who dey way deputy minister why minister why vice president why president what's up? You can wipe up the top of the army, a sensitive army. Why? A dear man no my a juma no my upon pupra or me junior ubeli dia on sir deputy even some person will take out the chief of defense staff. I understand and but you can have one of the next line commanders no I bet you know Makasa who say okay we I can trust him because in Penifone do baby we are president say even onye obia or identify with political tradition or any juma you have to allow them to be professional. Engineer, don't you think this is the time we should let the presidency wash its hands from appointment of these positions? No. I don't. I'm not one who believes that the president is too powerful. Okay. I don't think so. I think that we have had issues, challenges with those who have occupied the office. The personality, the people. Because I think the laws are good enough. Okay. But for instance, me say, my last campaign, me can say me president. I would put a cap on the Supreme Court for 9. Mahama says so. Now say Fedoaye. It means that he didn't mean what he said, which disappoints me. Some of them children. It means you didn't mean what you said. And I said, the capital so it doesn't mean say at least with the nadu there no on appointing me can or change a gap bar no I feel it me you know a gap bar can I feel it can na reduce it to point na me pen me feel say a good for a country like Ghana because the situation with the Supreme Court is that when they go on retirement, so they are also paid. And double whammy for the National Treasury. Oh, appointed for fra. Or no
so we shouldn't be rushing to
replace them. No. Me feels like me the 70-year, official. Me no penny anemia boy, madam for on them linear close. Still, me kono wa. Udun say one day we mo bet my age. Enti I think America no Britain no ma omutimi ma wotena ho till time it becomes physically impossible for you to work. And to be a health wise no then you go and as a chance be a nyankopon afro na vacancy aba. I mean, these are the things we should build so that the judiciary, it should be our last bastion. Says we are seeing now say how say to America ko na say the politics ko for how they are not just any you need baby.
And of course that interim is it looks like say gradually the executive no pocketed the judiciary,
which is wrong,
and it shouldn't be so.
It should not be so.
And say your personality is normal bano. So muntimi yes adwumana then we should let the constitution okay.
Because me I've said this, it's been my dream. Maybe because I'm papa judge here. I want the sanctity of the judiciary. Nti yenya judges omunya hodin because they've been given security of tenure. Nti who chief justice na president no na wo hia sebi obi beka say o si wo kwan. And you don't need to wipe out. You say within the first 9 months, I'm told, say, how many judges of Supreme Court? 7. Appeal Court numbers say, when are journalists? But numbers need to be mama. But it's a High Court. Me person me both figure wrong. Be a winning. But me. And now, okay, Kofi. We say one person over engineer. But so I believe in what the past President Obama said. We need to build strong institutions, not strong individuals as president. And that's what I would do when I become president of this country. To build the institutions. The police, now say police. And yes, we are policemen, we are MPP, we are NDC, and so they can't. And that's also, I'm a crowd and I'm detached from that. And now they all make a idea. Why people mean out? Kola, insiste. Ninako. Go idea, Juma. We also appoint CDS. I hope that was a mistake. As Deputy High Commissioner, that is a complete no-no. It's a complete disrespect to the whole army institution. Because army for no career tied to Egypt, and I said Turkey. You know, if you want to send an ambassador, but to say a CDS
to Canada,
no. I mean, it's a no-no. Engineer, no. I'm disappointed.
With all these goodies in you, as some of us see, in 2017, 9 people voted for you.
Yes. Details.
2023, 6 people. If you are to go on this trajectory, it means are we taking 3 votes, or you are winning?
No. I mean, look, I told you, sir. Me a sportsman. The beauty is in the contest. The most important thing is I'm contesting. I have a platform. Decision the party from the I'm hoping say because nipa na doors say 250,000 me sure say within these 2-3 months I can meet me share omunyina nti me nya kwanya say na madam ase say dodo na etie omo nso adi wo de me ba me pese me ye de abo man no na me de ahwe party no so de omunim say me masom party my chair room see omo amino pre akonwa bia beto me without exception na masum party mpanifo nyina from Akufuado Kufo Aduwa hene and that said the okay 2023 I'm a candidate you we me sanka bi no we say be showed now we say e dey am kan me so ka say mo bi emphasize my party go party there mpanifo no kire me say to abawi a ni ato abawi. There can be no perfect election until they see no obia nye di na the party for no ese wo mo pe no nyina nkota na chi until so here I supported Dr. Bauma wholeheartedly. That was that election cycle. Because me the Mr. Kofi Boakye in 1998 and me say mu de bia na so me na me Akufuado campaign chingana hanyina ekoduzu nyana Kofi de here from say team.
You have videos of
all that. And so no Man, then candidate Kufu and Kase, Kwabramune di Kufu do no senke betum. Or the make the campaign even before the election. I don't know here to abandon GDA or Musa Kwabramuna, San call electoral commission, Nekore, Abanamame. Ubi and Kawa, Ubi a Konyesa. Or winning years, who could not have my winning with them, Pemena with the ones of Autometranche, or Farmi send the back.
You made your press secretary.
That's what I'm saying. Farmi send the back, press secretary to the president, rank of a minister. Who two another team, the White House, Buckingham Palace, Imperial Peking, Tokyo,
Before had that thing of all-inclusive government.
That's right.
I'm saying at the point of CPP for crab, PNC for Bamina.
That's right.
I think we could have built on that as a nation.
Well, that's true. I mean, I think
political polarization.
In fact, the stridently divided posture of this country right now has to stop. The nation has to heal from this stridently divisive posture that we are in. NDC and MPP to the detriment of the country. I mean, Tiasiasa. Say Galam say me. I said it in 2022. If I'm president, I'll put a moratorium on surface mining immediately. Moratorium. We've got to let the environment heal and recover. And all mining leases, dear man, your reclamation also. Ni saying tina mutu agudi na munya muska numeja hosa anamoko. That cannot be allowed. There's a minerals commission that's not doing their work. There's the ministry, the technical people that are not doing their work. I will read everybody the Route Act to make sure say you do your work or you get fired. Not fired alone, you'll be punished. We've got to align with all these measures. A penalty regime should say, hey, if you fall foul of the law or you tinker with the public treasury, you pay a big price for that. And that has to be political will. Every year, Auditor General reports about and no one knows nothing happened. Next year, next year, no. I will not act like that. We've got to punish people at the very top. And as same year, Ghana, near Copa Colano from there, we have to punish at the top. To the next person you put in charge, we make sure that the hierarchy works, the institution becomes strong.
Because if the system fails or not failing,
on not failing. So, that's my position.
But until you cross this hurdle, maybe you'll not get a chance to implement all these good.
Don't worry. I mean, I think that I've always said this. It doesn't have to be me.
Okay.
And I said this in 2023. I'm saying it now. Whoever emerges victor, and I'm praying, say, Nyankopon beka party for nakoma, no ma kai me brain me dwumadin ma no ma to abanama. Amano sir, whoever shares these views, me 6-point plan, me de be mano.
You are with him.
Whoever shares these views, I'm with him because we need to salvage the soul of Ghana. And only hear me say, because ye ma Ghana na say obi aye de ope na atete.
I think you spoke against the delegate system, super delegate system, and NPP. I think gradually that system by na quite say more party more time the highest bidder. Ajay Japan bekwa kwa any campaign okwe ma 100 cities and 100 cities nyesika and kenyesika ketwa ba obi nso kwa no aye ni 200 no bi akwa ni 300 afi and kenimso kwa engineer betumi aye pa but uniska you spoke against it. A party like NPP because the political fiber of this nation influenced by NPP and NDC, and you can't, no matter some NPP or opposition also or party and NDC, you are shaping the political fiber, the landscape of politics in Ghana. Now a party like NPP more, and this introduction of monetization into politics, at the end of the day, you spoke against these super delegates, and gradually it's been wiped off. How do you feel and how do you see monetization of our politics, especially in NPP?
First and foremost, I think monetization everywhere is bad. It's bad. The country should be ruled by merit, not money. So, idea ye din kugo kese no. Me the message kratasi. The man party. Say SCA reforms. Reforms now it was a threefold. Make I say first. yembie electoral college no na yemfa tumi and our voting right emma wo mo asum ekuo no right from the polling station level up to the constituency level, regional level, national level, including electoral area coordinators nina ebinimo antimasi say ebia because a polling station system ebinimo manipulating antino ye kasi ye koye chia, it may be difficult to get an accurate picture or number. But me dey me family say politics ye dey nipa na ye. And anytime you can expand the envelope no, you have more people inside. Omo nyina be kan one, they now feel a sense of belonging. Just as they say no omo kan ho, omo so ma dwen kire ho hia, ye bibia ye busa ho. And na wo hwe electoral researcher party na ye nansen be bia omuko ye bia me so have been following things MPP platforms so bia ni me number from 2001 me say me number that as press secretary o2 obi ani nto mo ye ipenom de mato nto mo phone ba ko che say hono de
MPP phone
che say one way on to me na say o ka say wo koso a ntimi koso o ahomache people feel that they have been left out of the envelope. So, enti ka say nke yemie mu na ma nipa ne no so na omo adadafo na omo feel say ye twa wo magya no ye nsan fa wo mra e bia antiase but say omo tiase to just a constituency level na no kra kakra na omo so omo ye Nancy Amiko round, who amount of former executives on the meeting, ne ahokeka, ne enijia omodeba. Who says and ke tremwa party election 2028. That's a chance no be strong. Because of share figures now. Over 2 million of our own supporters chose not to turn up. Yes, or to the other side, you tear ya no. Nichre say ye near me ye no can say ya. Kofi ebia ombenya adwen sakra na omabeto abana amai 2020 ni se nti ne hia se obi se me a mete se wo so ya kan me se e for enfiedu omusu se omo anya hwe me so me anya hwe na se bi upo obi a ye twi na bo so pa wo e party mu a mbeka no se ne omu nyina headmaster ne me so eno na be kenya wo mu se da bi se papa di wa famu ojina ho pintin se osun dia yebesua bibi efrim enti se omo gitu mu a kasikasam no ebeba fo so nanso so presidential no podi na sikasam no entimi nkosoro kese o because nipa no does so much say wo sikasa ne wuntimi ntua sika bi ebruso because nipa 200,000 meaning say obia wa hode a obetimi ama obia 2,000 cedis and 3,000 cedis. That's huge amount of money. But yana in fact osha parliamentary primaries no and a day ahoya ane ntokwa no ba because on dey be 1,000 pay. No obia ba or see me 2,000 televisions. The next time we see me top range 1,000. The next time we see me turn to 1,000. But no abosika pudio because 1,000 pay. Ghana has so yet to fiem to say the near tickle from and the band to money idea coming house. Also, we be happy. Major, what's so we be happy. What the man will be what the buy be who now near to one of your in Quema and Namna a dear who say, oh, Quemini idea. It do about to have a catch and say, oh, me and what I won't go to Marty. And only 2 million. Nanya TV, Monkoto. So, and to me feels as a common yanti as a mammy, a beer muka polling station for you to be. Ka ebeboa but I dare say a kun de okwa kakra obenya bia no aso me fight ya on national council but e bi no ma chichiri party pity say the bre on fi so mu jemu a on control of the party no be ko form say den minim but we are so you are ostracizing several thousand members of our party so on ka ho a edru abato ni campaign because or two abani bin say nipa kura enya or feel a sense of responsibility say it's a campaign the boa party na say there onu bi odini sika na ho odin o she kura bi ase no a world chairman 92 na waya ene onka ho ye kwa ye mfre no ye to aba onka ho ne ba anase ne ye hu se ne papa de we obre we nya hwe a ono so beka se ne party no o mesom because example o hu no anya no fe so until all these things na my younger generation that bond to the political organization to us no AI weekend into I thought say see AI sa we would have killed 3 birds with 1 stone. Remember general secretary there were certain constituencies one cry micro for so secretary for mampon de bia asem ho Mansia North asem ho mia micro kumawu asem ho ejuso asem ho dwabe asem ho because MPOs is no akọhwe album no ayi bi no ayi bi efrim no de ne abeshim nti me be general secretary me catch them say twam no pam no me be print book polling station book a register nti mo kwa mo ye meeting obi anjuro ndidi polling station so frame meeting nipa na do so be at 25 akosora be at 25
just about a quarter of membership
kakra bi so enti se mo church omudia na mo call members na edu say ye select nipa 5 na beto abana no obi ne fra bontin ba be ka kire
mo akra behu na obi fra bontin be ka ono be hu say onye consistency
na we de chairman fo ni bi ofi say open chairman adi MPs ni bi say open MP adi du be hu esi ye yakoto aba bi anajo ye yi bi mo afrim na otifie na nakoma hihye no so eno ne ye friends independent candidates be real nti me ka say so mo je saa yi ne tumu a provision ne tumu a nka wo mo my polling station da yi na film kwa na obeto bia kana koma wo fom na edi anije would have solved all this heater e wo party so enti eno so ka ba masika sem no aba fom they say aye corona eja wunua me ya kama shedem for be 10 years ma ho den wo fom nti kan ne feso a okwa is offer police station phone na ba nipa 1000 baby 1500 engineer say o mo 100 cities square 150,000 one constituency obetimi
mende
e ba din now multiply by 200 constituency sika kese enti eja former executives former patrons elders electoral area coordinators any former ministers ni wo ho nyina say constitution so beto aban me from nyina de we hear constituency be 100 no gram be transport say be we there mo fanfa kan kwa man 200 20,000 per constituency Ashanti region kwa mo 47 to multiply nti city etie bia enough nanso so politics e aboafo ni pa jiwudie ene boa wo kakra na chese tu akoso nti we wachina anopa na me toa
confusing
me ko konongo me ko hia Asante Achemfo me ensa e wo ho mfiri na me afi me ko me kro me ko hia mo dwabe secretary ni nyina e ba ho from secretary from plains and kumewu afijasi asokore dwabe na ejusu nyina be hia ho na je the next day na se me ko amanse ko hia o mbe kwai na me ko
adwuma na from
kakra sisi no ka unya ya ka obekọ no baako ba time no kra ni ho nti wo hwe clusters na ben na se bia
they do together
nti ye ko adanse asokọ a enum se edubiase fo be ba ho from na force ba be ka ho saa so na ye wo be kwa ya amanse fo no ba be ka ho ifons bosume fonso be ka ho mo nyina bemben na chese ya ne kakra ka ne de ade srede ne asempa ya me kan bi a kire we minim se dodo no asutie
sure
on benya gidie su se me obi a ya tete mo party mu te se de campaign for nyina me no masan enra na ye kantinka ne yire
mafo kantinka Donkofo
so your birthday.
Oh, I see.
Ono so de o ya se me papa o me start party o mo ana se ne didi nti no me ko ho kochia o se kwabra me hu wache.
I can picture Rebecca Kwabna watch. I was going to him when I was in the hotel business. I'm kono kochiano near they always say friend why Kofi I wish it's good to have these people there
because almost I don't know na wo se egu because wo tu wo ho che o dan bi kra na wakoton o se yemfa moa party papa bia no ho o to dai 3 me kai pa na danfo ne kufo o se o de beboa campaign
wan kan no ene moto a mo be ka dia
me niam amaya ma party say me nka ehu ni mfa so
me be say you could break but before say be kono I want you to share this with me 10 years and now well done as what chire no. How were you feeling when you watch your party as a party power o ka ho and won ka ho say na now feeling?
Oh, I think that was a very sad period because the see no emfata me fan say yeah take me well massively for Tamale me ko Tamale kura so be kaya me benya akwanhia wo nsawo mase kanyi nyame a ka bia me hwere me nko na wonu politics di wete na nti the whole week na ye koto abana na me ni hobi nti niema ekoso we tueska we kase na de na me nwanwan se mpanimfo bi besra me wo 37 kodru Tamale no muti se adin dem so kwabna Japan na be weni so do support say jo si o kwabna de ko betima adwuma no na so ye kwa wo bubugu dem nti mo de eyi ni wa para
de manam de ma mo de ma yi fa
ebisu ni nsa na de chiro no say de amo na mo frɛ gina sekisi chiro for de ma nye chiro adwuma
ensa kra na ebubu
na ebui ensa na me left ni mo ebu esi ni esi right mo
politics
enti by Friday na me campaign for no frantically say for so nebra because na me ni ho na so be confidence campaign am I na me win no me say mum de bat say sana nti ahomachi na me say doctor so dem sire wa bo me pane nti wo me hu mi time so ma chichire me nsa say ahono na me didru stadium ho si ya kochia ya wevu ya na chese me san ko play back to 37 nti de course o nyina me na me ni ho enso so anadwo na e frame me catch them say I've won massively them say ye nipa bi nwanwa won hu say abrantie yem say ni hini agigi wo party mu. And so there was a deliberate move to make it impossible for us to work. And some the long and short of it was that medium view say party ni nyina ane constituency. Because constituency na ye campaign ye toaba ye kan ye wia asa. The aka nyina ye arithmetic ye keka boom keke. Enti mini chairman Paul Afoku me say look Paul ni dikufo echi as the press secretary or can be also Sakofo de so no nama ade friend humor me fan say
hydroponos
ni ka say ade ba ko ye me ya those days na phones ka say me record no name ni bi or unu tu ko en common no be di no ani be ji no say hey parties ka de ye wo de suma na de fa ni pansem a if you win some no ko win some we be a friend handling charges
ko hina na
so tita
akofo na gaza
on the handling charges yes sir enti babe general secretary there me mpesa timpese bibi akọ direct because na rumors abase e be discover insanifo it's about insanifo enti me say mema constituency be a bank account. That was the first time in my time as general secretary. Me ma obia be account of commercial bank and national bank. Ena mika say chairman in Hubi, secretary, treasurer, name for baba account. Normally the woman organizer. Ena yes I di fefe. Enti time enya di sika ko wu mo first 10,000 2014 asemo. Say na nipa ni BM say regional chairman for no mfu say sika no.
Omodia.
I say the bro no ma kochiche na mti debi. A general secretary should be able to have access to all the 275 constituencies. I wanted to see them to say infantry units, almost autonomous. No more yomejuma now the omakande out the
direct approach.
Yes. Na mono as regional, mon fam who say mona moye monitoring and evaluation. Na mo say juma e dia mo ya na so monye. Na se mo be executors and then another line of bureaucracy. And na man timase. And I know the homes and some so kaya me my details and a copy say sika be every commercial bank a copy eco banker and no one some and I'm penning for the view say any chairman a sifo and no me no more president chairman on your boni bia you who answer Omakofa petitions general secretary office which is against the procedures of the party. Did you answer petition a copy disciplinary committee say a fresh chairman so say ne on donko enu ani there was nothing tragic that happened. I deserving of removing the whole chairman of a party. And the another interesting crowd say, you took quine aqua bruchy. Na chairman so on come say so what is who tune it to a man for your meeting when the China SEO. Now because I grow no day. And so it happened. You call bruchy or bruchy nam say meeting biakoso. Meeting your chairman a fray. General Secretary Nimuwe. Presidential candidate meaning ne wabruchi ho. Ne vice ankobi. Minority leader then chairman sabonzo ankobi. Ne deputy Niti will ankobi. Nene hwanum ne koye meeting and say chairman a free so. Former President Kufuor no at the time on the president we equal. Ono so amamo na mane. And I'm saying they many munyajo mimpi. Assembly so na I say Mississippi mimpi ne wonu so wonpene and they do be count. Because during that time no your meeting be wo Alisa Hotel Electoral Commission.
Okay.
That time I must suspend chairman. I'm chairman no call. Well, some media for them be some controversy. Near the cameras, CBC me so now why are you with the suspended chairman? I still regard him as the chairman of the party. And no any
faction.
Yes, me you know I've defied the national executive, but up to today, I don't think that meeting that suspended the chairman was a properly convened or a properly constituted national executive committee. So
what made that decision
stick
hold there?
Well, it's difficult to tell, but I'm saying, Binum Kaso near power and TBB party. I didn't hear cry, Chiafaso. Now, Mediana, Amy, Yakras, a poor cry, they say, young cancer mountains. Me, I wouldn't say party for no permassem. Yes, they be coming, they say, didn't become one. Chance a pass ambition. Me car me team. Yes, Ibrahim Mahamo said, your Mahama, not travel. What is Assem?
Metivana.
Asem so munim se enya no kre se be pani mu amema bobra
ye no nom gina so se
e kan ho oh and official enya no nom gina so and we friend whispering campaign official in there
side attraction yo
say we need the fa from me year or no ye lecturer or ye ni PhD or 2012 me savings kakra me ye aduan Kufuor time me di press secretary me dey bua no sua de. Yes, and also a camp package, you know, Yamami scholarship, Yamami scholarship. Me wa me call 2012. Now Mills na president. Now me cry me who say me ba be general secretary of the party. Entwa to so. Kike nsemu enim egumi so. Ne ade, but me de bibia nyima Nyankopon. Nse Nyankopon be ma enokre added.
Yentre homra.
Me das.
Abusama bia obi amene engineer Kwabena a Japan na etwetwe nkomo one no former NPP General Secretary, NPP flag bearer aspirant 2007 to 2023 and ahead of us 2026 ubesa hono. Under President Kufuor's administration, he was a press secretary 2001 to 2006. On those of you that are on Facebook, you can leave your comments there. Maybe I'll be reading them and I will continue our conversation. More to come. I'm going to talk about his vision and all that. Nkwantannanso 104.7 midi Eddie Kofi. Yeba sese Nkwabia.
I think said the time has come for us to look the people of Ghana in the face and be truthful. Yen can no cre. Ni who say you feel say yeah generation yen hu nyansa and exploit resources and yankopon dia mine for the use of all the people. Yeah, and then can come from. Na surface mine and say kwa brane say nye pesimin kuminya Kofi e na be ba wo mu antu be two machine dia ko si nsuo mu nsuo a wonu se etene
a obi anum bi
na o sensu se wo nko abenya ho agudie no wanya sika na wo de okone aka no ye ho akire e ko ba na sa so a ye mpanishi obi a e no de se nyini se ebetimi afo aso. So the laws of the land, Water Resources Commissioner, they are supposed to protect our water resources. A dear Hodena or dear institution, no strength, no more yes eduman. So, in POH, I think say you need political will. Me and Kofane say Bibia na e politics. Say oh yeah about power. Inti che we am a party for no. Say we build the country ni economy ni here to say they could for time. Na banks ninem fie mu disika that's right. Until once you improve that, we live within our means near the right thing, and we have proper leadership prepared to look Ghanaians in the face near come no cry actually and on the web wine intermediate. I'm a tough cookie. I believe in taking difficult decisions. Say when you enemy madam funo, if you fall foul of the law has to deal with you in a way a best send a strong deterrent to everybody. So, because they say they will say you're on autopilot, it cannot be good for us. So, and even planning schemes, Ghana, the enemy change of names. Are they be an accurate Sunday and NIB? I don't know. And you say man that NIB a bank. What is changing?
It's okay, NIB a bank, and I say investigating.
Sana your town and country planning. Ubi out tipe. Who say oh we share planning so. This is a land use spatial planning. Tin is a mouthful. Ubusanko for crowd. Omunima de crow. Oh, let me say. Let's get serious. Let's deal with substance, not the form. Ghana no say ye pe bibia afafedie no ya bure so.
Aesthetics no dos.
And aesthetics, PR, bibia ne ato honyom ne ato no din yes, without substance. At the end of the day, substance no here. And that's the kind of leadership I want to restore in this country and do the right thing to transform the society. I mean, say a country like Ghana, 2 years, you can see drastic change.
So if only we want to change.
If only we want to change. And it starts from the top. The back stops with the president. And to say, when you break, to say the many bria. Now, you do the right thing. Having a small size government. Yes, because I will reduce your identity to 16, no appointed 40 presidential advisors. And there is amounts to the same thing. So let's get serious as a country. The lives of 35 million Ghanaians are precious. They didn't know me agrodo. Na Ghana funds yes we account. Ma unya post nhwe.
Subamba sesa.
Na apart from say nkrofo kra be tu agu ho. Na u converting kra hwe dey na esi.
Asma e kanu ha no.
Me nti ase da.
Me obi atutu ntoma say ne krumi. Why got to deal with you?
Oh, it sends a bad signal. Said that baby be or here ko boa say enkudi.
Engineer, the saddest thing is the candidate now work on. He sees nothing wrong with it. The person now dear so also for he sees nothing wrong with it. And I think the panel, that institution should also tell them
I don't need these people. First and foremost, war candidates now responsibility lies on you. No? You should set the best example. Abrochimemu kona ukrofo Senate hearings be on PA be kran hearing na so on mine yes am adodode ne ohun penten kwa
say we ya kan de odi akire adodode kakra no ana we be kai mintina
there be say sheshe on mine here say wo hamelo say wo pussy go say wo encho say wo hafasini say wo aflawo say wo brewaniasi all the four corners of the country. Also no would dear besun so no sabeka into the potential that the Almighty God has installed in you. No, ubenya an opportunity. Or mine, even the development paradigm of this country is wrong. close to 70% of economic activity between Accra and Kumasi. Ade. Uko Germany, uko Stuttgart, so Munich, so Frankfurt, so Bonn. Who difference?
German capital Berlin. But main because to say you had one kakotoka airport, they put it at Frankfurt. I say they spread development.
You have to spread it. In fact, with the idea about Kwan, Tama, Mampeni Akufo-Addo, all year in new regions. Although regions need to be apart from Western North, and then voted there. I'm saying name what to do. Nti Chemwa Ebeboan. Who should development paradigm or the buy na all the devolved agencies no. And Kofako into the education office, ha, Hidima, now we were go so, now we were Sana say your mind. Now, in tears, say, yeah, Dokoko, so cocoa processing factory no system. Cocoa no, you don't know, say, and Tiensi no, at the Ajuma Beba, at the Nima Piba, and
transportation, crown, and my
the pressure axle load, the good road, no, so at this train because
factory or Honma, yeah, the back rabbing.
It will not in Coco, no matter say, yeah, can say, yes, set a whole time by some time, 100% as a process will come because cocoa beans, no, use your butchery. Would the no matter processing? Processing also can take many forms at the Juma. Am I? And here Ghana for businessmen or her. Yan nyina se om de be show ye betimi aboa mo ko set up processing
any importation
debi nti the psyche and being deliberate about it say what share wo so na say na me ho so aye na me na party for no bi ne me kuntokwa na kwabra na say we say na e ba ye ni di na me say nya sanity. So I want the politicization of the public services. Because me so na me call highways no. Me plan ne say me ye me ho an ma call chief executive. And now the deputy chief executive. And article 71 the president appointed chief executives nyina fine. But me gidi say call highways wa betime hu bi a ofu say bia. Say o party kra na office odo ebi wo ho. Ehu hia say obekọ akofa obi a onim adwuma ne ho hwe. Say we party ni na de na bisi. So ho dem chiro. And there are several examples I was never happy with. Like an area with health insurance. Health. One of the most intelligent people here, doctors, pharmacists, nurses. Yes. And who catch them and say, party Biba Power, secretary, will be a secretary, be an regional health a year. There will be a secretary, then health
insurance.
Apart from the health insurance, we have financial knowledge. Every party is a party no nipa.
How insurance
works and how health works. To bet me nipa party say party plan as opa. Now the nipa na see, but so about picking political appointees. And yet,
engineer, to add up, I had my service at health insurance.
Oh, okay.
And after that, they ruled us for about a year.
Yeah.
And now, this is somewhere 2008. You know what happened? Just a bit, 1 minute. Now, yeah. You want man now, pains any day. Until you be conduct and be diagnosed, maybe a man diclofenac. That's right. Man injection 50 milligrams. So we are a man a tablet.
That's right.
But one man now, or situation or condition or sanade. Diclofenac injection at the amano. A man problem.
Yeah.
And the doctor ne bia wa mano wa prescribe bia na gel. Sa we ni traslicate we ni be no the amano. Amasa say any person political expedience yenya bi no. They started say some of the facilities, of course some were doing polypharmacy and it was affecting the scheme. But I say the other no be yare yes the amano na gel into facility yes we are aban. And me can I told you the fact say will be a general secretary, will be a secretary or party not nakoto. Who free say obey me about onim anything about health and knows nothing also about insurance.
Yeah.
For once almost the facility I always write back and tell the reason why the doctor did that. Is because before I bring the bill, I have queried my doctor why this, why that. Yeah. They said okay, we just bring people, put them in position because a party, And I think it's affecting us seriously.
America said we have to be politically tough, even with your own party. Show
Engineer, we there yet, Ghanaians?
We have to try and be there because I don't accept this mediocrity. They say, "Yeah, man, I
know."
And yet possible.
I came up to me, yeah, say, "Yeah, a party member," and my kind said, "What you're doing is wrong."
And also, I said, "What to about They say, you know, I has a mass control. Now this is for me to say, if you want Bora Gapoha, say I take over.
Toilet to cry, Gapoha.
Gapoha, technical organization. To say Gapoha. You can't run the place. VRA. I mean, these are technical GMPC numne. Be a coalition, they are Razia, a general manager. And the Boban is a president Biba. We share organogram, no cry deputy ni ho. And so now we appointed 3, just as we appointing Kofi. Meanwhile, organization financially they are struggling.
So what do you appoint 3?
2.3 so one in Ghana buy any akoto near Toba Kwama near to pick up. Now just say you are overloading
the system.
Oh, until these are things that say me a president be see no crache. And it can say okay say ye nama. So we are buying a badge of honor. Now I was press secretary to president for close to 6 years. Man fa moto any him da never. Na ko jumpe anyone no more about fa moto any name na work of be me ahwe. So no, we have to stop all these things. We a minister live like a normal Ghanaian. Open tema me na me easily go on talk room and so castle me sorin tem and make sure say me drew before president Kofi. Men kase my elite afi na emma me moto na pin na me pian krofogu na sese kra de me nwanwan ne ade asa wapon ko fie traffic nim enti moto di enu ye dede
e kwan na as politicians monya me monye e kwan fon na enam so na yensan so ho na momra
and no cry de na make us all these things we the political leaders have to accept say yes na ye and na ade a me pen say ye di traffic no be besam up to now I don't like it.
Me delay mu ye nyina orderly
say we dim
wo si ye so ho na wo bra so ye ato abama wonti wo ye nipa chen.
It's only the president and the vice president in our time na no munya sa privileges unless there's an exception. Now say there almost every minister has one outrider ade and civilians be equal outriders Ghana. What kind of? It's as if a badge of honor. You declare who and say they say you will to me. Nema when you look serious because in places like Botswana, above 5 o'clock and now weekends. Now you're a minister. Now you sue state vehicle, not for official purposes. You'll be surcharged. You better few salary. Yes, I sanction.
Time you upon to
Kofi.
What the heading?
That's right. We are fucking you and I say wow personal can no use. You know all this name waste in America. What you see coupons near swipe you need be mutitine the I mean, if I'm president, I will put a stop to all that kind of stuff. And Tisani may in idea a dama kumaso especially because Ghana has one of the most expensive roads per kilometer in Africa. And so and lasting.
Yes, so new road
and lasting. Yeah, man, bear 4 years. Oh, the way the Miami engineers, yeah, I'm a boy who so and saying I'm a executive director, Ghana Institution of Engineering for about for close to 4 years. And I'm Casas anime. There be a binuma question behind politicians or not Casemenye. You have a fiduciary duty
to the nation, to the people
nation,
of Ghana.
To yourself, to your oath that you swore when you were sworn in as an engineer. Say to do what is right.
Those times is it interpreting and we more or more year rules that they between 30 years. 40 years.
Because even Ghanaian contractors, where do contractors? No, yeah, I can't some lemon time. And
1 year now, so
and as I say, I guess we're high. We don't have a maintenance culture. Yeah, quite. You say I started to. This is a Bakusiano. A better one and so autonomous BN say we are any contract.
Oh, only being scared.
And yet, Sir Subano, may Massika in the enemy, sir, because who who's a Sicano, who here, a year dear, but near the Bibia. So them sure. We need a new type of Ghanaian, a new type of leader, political leader, who is public spirited, say, owotima se wonam na hu se wonua ba bi so ahwede na wie bono na enhyewa na chese wo kra
there's a moral decay in our society. What do you say about that? There's a moral decay.
I think it's all of us leadership.
Yeah.
Now we are determined to stem the decline and the decay. You can do it. And maybe our president also so.
Better now, deputy be an MP or Tibaby.
Now, some also so. Akesisem weddings akese utiwi ase onye onware oba power nkwa na ware na se ne oba no kra bi opa wanti ne bi opa ware o hia brem no onya de opa de obetimi atra wo nchen
okwa campaign odi ochi
here so enti me share a lot of times then crofo weddings ne say hichire na me kai pa minister me money dia ye wa ba mu nti wantimi andi ni 60th birthday because
udia boy because avoice can never
say bia baby bia ye kakra bi na first ofi
o new birthday nya what the 60 nya fe na
so enti eni mani bi o ha se no social media nti awese nema na Ghana for kase se competition bi ni ye se die yo na yodium for no so dos enablers wo mo agigi sika so nipa ni nu baby grow nya sika ni fi so sun
once you have the money you are the king
yes so no so sa enye fe sa su man enfri ho yeso a man hu so obi so pogu transport so sa on so no
piamenka
those days YF no ne mpanimfo na EFNs FDC anom ne ade na ntisa na de obi nya sika kakra bi na otoka bi no Ghana de se unya kotoka bi na tim na efe kakra na chese no anesu sika ka nya sika. This is not generational wealth. We want wealth that is anchored on serious production. Nti I'll be a leader that will rally the forces of production together. Na etimi aye bibia businesses ebeka wo Ghana ha. Kufuado ye ade ba ko President Kufuado. Tree Crop Development Authority. And you say ade serious pa say esumu ye. Because Ghana the BID are not here near. Because those cashew, rubber, palm oil, those tree crops now are identified. Ade see some any state enterprises. I bet me encourage those who are into farming and businesses to do it. Now, yeah, making sure it's a value chain. Now, Malaysia for some before oil palm free Ghana.
Sure.
And so do Kuala Lumpur now who's Sani who see for ma. Tiplem now see for ma. You see large trucks. Plantations. Now we do us an hour. So, I think that this country can be salvaged. It's worth dying for. Nti me pese mrante na wachire omunyai say no contribution no chop. Any say chopping mentality no say ye kwa abem say ye kodidi. Ye kwa abem say ye koso. My doctrine is triple S. Service say koso. Sacrifice to do for it, and selflessness. You go and empty yourself to the goodwill of the people of Ghana. That's what you have to do. So them sure. Nti me pese enchimano if for nothing at all use this platform that I have as an aspirant to talk to the Ghanaian people for all of us to realize this is our own country and it's a beautiful place and we can live in and make it great. Ni nyai akakaben semno etutra semne ntoko hunu ne kasa emfata yeni ni die muade ne those things should not be part. Yes, I need to in Ghana for. So, the entity was different. And then I said, what is a Ghana? Ni be Kasakas, a Ghana ni. And free film. One in the papa, one at Titino. Because you want to protect your brand, your name of your father, and family. We are there and say, hey, as soon as you Benny, now we are marshal, now we jai. And then, Nippeni be a back room, Womusuni a bino. And ya Western culture no ebua fires. I say Henry, me see free play mo. Who's a Burma be nature bonity fe mo. As me see where they buy a man a boot, sir. Cabia Busa, do to me contra them a booty. Say, na asan shas ma this account na say na so me can say na me campaign team for me me ko say kwabra social me ko fa be say vote me say me dey na me tie because any many bi o ha ss you dressing. I mean, first Ghana no who say upia
decency,
modesty. They say they just say everything goes. So and also enye yedetiti omaya enye ni yesa.
Engineer, is that what you mean by heel division from current political polarization?
Yes. And that's what I mean. Say aban beba to say the okay health insurance. What has that got to do with political parties? Yes, the president has the authority to appoint the chief executive. Fine. But they say to me descend the regional directors.
Commander one.
And also they say Banasadi now minor. Yeah, to Tunasi. We are overly politicizing the country. And that kind of institutional capacity building. So because Jumem say Senate Nami Wo say Coco Bodo say from SMT na minya sa institutional memory na the boa organization in service to the state of Ghana. So it is a man penny ba no chief executive for ba oh hi si we MPP ndi ni free ha we have an kwa sa suban no yenyai it's got to stop someday. Obi can say an eye for an eye. The baby has a ni nyina blind because who too many am so too also too afi na nyani. So, this cycle of vindictiveness, it has to stop. Retribution. There be answer. Oh, MP before by we say, and yet, maybe air cost me. I'm not defending say be a state official, not in Sakesika, but I'm against the way it is being handled. As if we are in a cool era. A militaristic
more term is Rambo style
and who name so and yet you poison the atmosphere, you poison the state, and a lot of these people cry oh my say ramshackle army be because a bishop pabwa a bishop entire basa no say the NIB say be an attire. What is that? Who no cry properly dressed as
or any security personnel,
police ni bar, ononi. So, and all these things should stop because we are in a civilian administration. The president has all the facilities, intelligence gathering agencies are the best supply with the attorney general with everything that they need. And the attorney general is only press conferences. Yeah, honey, yeah, no court to them. Who attorney general press conference? Attorney general. Oh, do be court? Find court. Now go and make your case there. Don't come and run the case in the media. So, all these things now should stop because utum say just propagandist. Ya bad power. Yan chire say wo ko abem no ko ye kita ahye ne proye. Instead of concentrating wo adwuma ide ada wanim. And President Ukraine say Ukraine to so baby. Who fear ni akofo aba. And this is the best opportunity for you to do, in fact, to take the most difficult decisions because who they are to so baby. To be ye the no way legacy. He should stop buckling to pressure from his party to do things at ehun infaso. O man no yen hihye ni ye. Na yen say ye no do ye ho. And me kan wa Kumasi. In 10 years ago, now I'm a general secretary. When I addressed the NDC conference at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, I said for the foreseeable future, parties may not be Ghana. So, I can't so abem.
So, I say MPP NDC.
Na anti yen share ye kasa ye be the way we treat ourselves. Because we are there, sometime will come, we'll be free, we'll be super. So, and now party power, and don't just say we in Yankopo. And I mean, who's will be about power, Yankopo Amana Atabai. I would say, into the excitement of being in power should take a back seat. And the focus on the hard work. Say Jumadea, a dawa nisu asa odi beye, ebe peja o mayene si hono. And then say here, that's what I'm doing. Nti say there, me nam kwa mwa me sre party for no. So the advantage they have with someone like me is you be a party number cause a minimum. Me will be so small me a juma me ye. Me will be so me kenipa boom. I am the glue to hold together the MPP and deliver victory in 2028. Because they say, you back in Hono cry. Who share your platforms no so be. And somewhere concerning way too many way no. You hear a candidate like Cornel Japan or no dear Sebi, me can't be as some Fibia, Faubia, me no be any as
leadership by example.
By example, Masume Dubois Hini, Masum Kufo, Masuma Kufuado, Masum Baumia, into Semiri Bear presidential candidate. Obia Bebuamia and Yeding, because men can't send Bia Emfata, Emfa Obio. And so very important. Very, very important. And whether it was by design or by default. You said the last 4 years was very tough economically for Ghanaians. And no one before a party for any bikra editing a fear or man control. Now, media, Mudi Midimon, Ombagas, come now, cried it. Or to say, I want to say, can I say, into one day, a boom for no, a baby peony, but Twaba, I support no. Because it's important that we have a clear break from the status quo. Intermediate me feel say I'm the new dawn. I'll provide a new direction and a new dimension for this country, and I'm eagerly awaiting the opportunity to transform this country called Ghana.
There's something now you want to also introduce, hold a national debate for all aspirants.
I think it's very important because any popularity contest. And I said, Binyisika teacher, and I say, Kunyani, near Namne, ye bonum na he. We need Upeso your man party flag bearer, Upeso your man peninti. Inti Omani Ghanaians deserve to know what our policy points are, our major differences, our priorities, because Ghana problems ne doso. Do want mean solving so what are our different priorities? And it'll be na makanchiro. Say for me, number one would be land reform to reduce the bureaucracy, especially with the titling of land documents, because that will release active capital for Ghanaians. It's a way of recapitalizing Ghanaians. If we can find a way and make sure the bureaucracy is sounding, people having titles, no, it means free.
And the current system is making even foreigners take our lands,
which is all wrong. But there are regulations that work against those things. So, because we are not making our state institutions work. And no. That is how come these foreign companies are benefiting from natural resources in Yankopon their money, whilst we remain in poverty and penury. And it's all down to I'm eagerly calling on civil society organizations, the media, and the party. And also, independent. It's important that we have a nationally televised debate so we can discuss, so that we can elevate the discourse. The underground and then we'll have a national audience to look at us and take an informed opinion and make a choice.
People think you presented Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and now you are contesting probably against him.
No. I'm in tears. Me, so okay, it's a 207. Now, me, and I can make us one contesting because I'm better to me grown.
Okay,
I contested in 2007.
Sure.
The electoral cycle. Yes, me a patriot. See a two abawi. To say the Dubois ye chere me, catch say 92. Me na me support Dr. Saffold. And so. Only a call Dubois on ye dear who ding in Abu Dubois. 1998, Ubia who sent me dear Kufuado. And so, Mr. Kufo, Ejimawa were to say, ye many press secretary. These are two very graphic examples of unifying the party. I'm a living testimony to unify because me city here. So, Nanti Akotwaba, me kata no, me nyebi. Let's say do no 61% so will pay Dr. Bawumia. I'm duty bound. I'm a patriot of the party. I mean, I'm saying a bit more pesa. Party from Pennyfobi, me show me phones. And
I still have a question like that. What was it? Didn't he support him during the election? Will he support? Was it? Will he support Dr. Bawumia if he wins?
My record is there for everybody to see. That question, I don't think it should even be asked. Me can say right from day one, from 92, the Pennyphone each remember say nya to abawia. They do no pen no ye candidate. Say wo sum osono now ye MPP ni dia. O tiny panichi. And no say many politics bio. I
think young commoners no have be for free to buy and said okay across the country we have most of the voters are 40 years and below. Some of the core values of MPP and in every current MPP your fambia they don't know it this way. And I don't think the current generation is passing on to the next generation ever.
No because I'll be a living testament to that. Now it's one of my duties says me passes anime on. And I'm also happy that the party has finally put together the Patriotic Institute. See, some of these values now ye sano ye chichire ya na ubia tun hu che ye jumaden eni die enkabom kasapa ye de chichire ekuo no. Eno na ese etintim ewo party enti bi de asem no ye kakra bi o ma ya no mo kasa no mesre ho se wo ye MPP ni dia se yenya to abawie na me kan se me yire me ho aye adwuma o kina menya ne sante achimfo kasa na me kose kire me kasa kire party me message is the same thing no ana maka wa he me senya me se wo mo so a wo mo ntim me hia bi no mo nyati se me obi a wo mo soma me a metimi aye adwuma e dia peja o man Ghana si ho because near flag bearer kekene epe president of the republic or any swadi the vision to build a competent state a state that runs effectively and efficiently a bit me satisfy the needs of the Ghanaian people and on here so I believe in substance rather than just form yenya fefede and say yenya PR debi sometimes people think say be a bit too tough on some of these things, but
you are principle.
Principle is important. Sometimes you should be prepared to die on principle.
I have with me here the editor-in-chief, the New Trust newspaper, one of my ardent panelists, Ms. Amwa, engineer. I think can be there. You've enjoyed it. I know you're making stories out of that, but hide more. What do for the opportunity? What do you have to say?
Me from afar and said all kind of platforms maybe I mean also be yeah me follow no the managing system no we are the way press secretary to no a man penny Jacob for you mo be there or a darling man they be a near and faton and the chief of staff also could jump in so a non penny phobia me bear montino and my own so me monetano me follow no pa and send my work for more fa the way I carry or mono as I'm down mo be a yamubi kwanya yenya ebe yen trade man o man penny Jacob for breast of pana ye tintim ye nti de work no enokre na ba ko kan ya mani gye ho pa so ye the field engineering aspect no wo hwe akwanya ye na acha 3 years no tutu obetia o say ye bia o man peni bia na minister bi and we used that nkrofa kroma o so mon kwa na asua de lawyers no say o mo asede say engineers so mo behwe say adwuma na ekoso no say ye Mr. A or Mr. B o mbe mana ye de I say ejina na nan so and fa amanyosem so na dwenkyere ne se de nepo metie ne de medical team very good but ono wonim party no se na o ka no na utie na onye ni brefo utie na utimi so onye ni brefo na ba bia obobo askoro mampon so yewura wa free mu no ono so o ka asase se na me hu se me background if you want nya nwa se asase a obi age na obi ato askoro mampon de bia na me ye mfato sa wonya sa track me share sancho adwuma foforo asa na me nya da sebrena me ne ko din komo ena wo se obi ne computer so kire me na asase ne design na bibia wo so ti de o pese mo ye e wa asase so nyina bibia wo nti enye wo asa bra na o man page ko for pay affordable house and unit askoro mampon na ye wura ka se askoro mampon hin wa ya de se bra o man pini pass aswati menya asase yentam e wo kronfinfin ha hwe askoro mampon wo de okosisi nti hu hwe factories a
wo ehonum
hwe wa anye da plan na busa wo se ka Kumasi mfinfin ya te se kroma krona e se etwa greater Kumasi no busa se so bi person obeye industry se de o susun bia ehim fa na ombenya asase de aye but this chief anyame ato na sa afre no e wo da plan nti na ba bia manage ho pa so ye land reform system na wo kan wasem no ye mo bi ya follow case ni bi na se wo pe information about lands commission announcements asese na wo call lands commission na yes ye koye search e ho ko no ba omo ta kokko to power fans asese no omo say the biggest challenge man's asese a man so dos no yes asem ba bi obekọ obi timi koye search wo hu ofofo obekọ the next day oduru ya na nsaka so we dey ekọ but if the reform is there nene abẹ for kwan so wo betimi atranse aboye bia code bi no betimi asearch simple ti I like that the military to na brain ntino the entire meka say wonya ne brefo no so kan obusa no question man ka say ono dey o ready o 6 point wo kire na adwene o tufu sa kwanya kura de ya team po no e kura kire say wa kire ya de bebre o mo muti say frag brother bi ho na mo komo yenum se obi kodin kanya wo so ye ready say de nyame de adom na wa ko kire no wo de be ma no asua wo say run out to election 2024 na ye no ye presentation ye ka some de muntie de ye kire adwencha ne ye de ba no de be boa say free party or party B ni nyina na say Ghana be ye de e be konkan enti enuntra me wo say
okay I get you say so you before and conquer say the points would there wow benya crowd the fire adwuma he's ready to work with you
now guys imagine so we be your flag bearer sir line reform no we nya field nti we ye woni nyina e ma wadwene but adie ba kwa we dey opa obi flag bearers no announce the next candidates for 2028 election omonya research no mu sa challenge anko for fa e fa nsase ye mo bi ya enam adwuma nti no ye nim sa ne man e ye ba bia ye kakata hyehyɛ enne o how pan ko for cases e kokot no wo de opa ko sample eso ye wura ka ho asem so oba ya wotu no na sin enema bebe so ntina ye ntins asesem ye ye we enti no e ye ba bia hu hie ye ti na ne je ho ba bia be ko bia ye ho na ka na ebe bo pa
ayifo no so etie pa quickly mamko UK Birmingham for Midlands ni Coventry for ni nyina mutie all the way to Manchester omutie pa about say opanyini ba ko Jacob no de 30 no titi obo voices nya no de one voice note abre le ko no mati no so
Jacob na Midlands for nyina etie mu one mi ankasa menia kama Japan minimie na woni me ka me bodin bi a obehu ne yie pa ni me bisa onse won mu MPP4 say o ka se bia omo echi ana se ne odin kaka no se ni o twasa no nim se ne chacha na so no ni ha MPP pa se power no be di on sema won mu en twa o mani enhwe omo from if say won mu ne won na koye no ka e me ba ko na afi so no se sikasem ma hu se wo kan sikasem enkofo se ma omo de ba no na me bobo ni nyina nam de ma sikasɛm no adɔɔso ma tese a ɔka ho asɛm sɛ sikasɛm no ɛwɔ sɛ MPP wɔn yi firim na afei wɔn mo ehu kasa nipa no bi kasa no a wɔn mo ka no ɛnyɛ mepɛ sɛ meka no ɛma na mesi so dua nipa no bi wɔ MPP mu a wɔn baa n'ano yɛ ɛyɛ abɔnyɛ ɔbaadabɛn regional yɛfɛn sɛ regional a wɔ hɔ na wɔkasa mpanyinfoɔ kyerɛ sɛ wɔpɛ sɛ wɔkasa na wɔde tietie mpanyinfoɔ no ne nyinaa no as a candidate a wɔka ho ɛdeɛ na MPP bɛtumi ayɛ now general secretary no na so deɛ ne sɛn ɛne sɛ nti obi a ɔwɔ party mu no ɛɛka asɛm a wɔn ntumi ɛntwe n'aso asotwe no ba na sɛ ɛɛden a megye sɛ nneɛma nyinaa ɛbɛkɔ fam ɛna yɛwɔ afisɛm ɛnyɛ nsɛm nyinaa ɛne yɛde bɛbɛto ɛyi so minim no ɛdɔso wɔ MPP mu mema kɔ sukuu adu ha wei yɛ sei woka me ameka bi nti mentumi nsɔto na ho ɛwɔ fie na monyɛ dɛ kɔma ne mu ayiko nim sɛ woyɛ adwuma ɛne nti no mmerɛ bi a wɔba bɛduru Midlands na yɛne wɔbɛtete kɔ meda ase bebree commander
menso meda ase UK foɔ no amotem ba engineer wotwɛ sɛ deɛ wokan a am sɛ ɔtache ne ma bebrebe one kasa fi a nipa no bi wɔ MPP ma ɔmo kan na musikasɛm ɛno koraa kɔba so I think that just this past Thursday na mene honorable Oseaje Ekase was in the air. Oh, you are disqualified, Engineer Kobran Japan, because why? 100,000 for nomination fee, 500,000 for filing fee. I say 4 million for development fee. Kwabana kotra chebe yo kunya sasika we. Emse so be atwa kwabana kwa. Kwabana mupatia moye ni sika se mibisa mu yase moye hye.
Oh, I think say ade atwam na atwam. Nti
but
I think we've brought a resolution to the matter, and I don't want to go back there. The important is the rationale. Nene may be or media party no. Yes, she shall near the shishes. Ti may massacre MD and a constitution of the country in the crown. It frowns on exclusivity. Say obey she be a be excluded nipa, whether it is by race, by religion, or by financial standing. Oh, and Tisani Mani and me feel say at the end of the day we've had an amicable resolution. I'm on the ballot and that is what is important. So and na kasafi no de me de everyone wants to see be at those days no na internet ne sa nema no eni ho. But I think say all of us should have standards of operation. Say we a party officer. Party penny. That is how we are penny with you. Maybe you represent the constituency. You represent the party. You are the brand of the party. The rules should be the same for everybody. So now Akoba say because the binimu started here can someone emphata ubia and can washe. And nona akoma a binumanya. But I think where we are now, let's get over with this. You appreciate it, and I don't understand what is there to be gained by being says and apart from say what TV so to radio so kasa aton party no asres obi o ti baby onye na dwen no befese oba be dom party nti wo ka asem a ebetimi atwe na ben mudia atim didi enti esa enye se bem kra oh na nse amrante na aba no feel say wa no ya eno na chese we politician papa eno so de me no mo nya adwen so nti it's become a bit of a problem of late nye nene started ya chekakra na tintim nti me feel say see nyina yetu ye ho na ye start kasa because ya koyese tembia no one here na I become the lone person speaking against this kind of thing so nti yenhwe enye sumaya efata na enya de Ghana for so pe because Ghana for pe obi a obemom anidie Ghana for de omo pepa na so be show on respect udi bu ebe ma wo kasa kyerɛ ma untutum wo nso anaasɛ untete wo so atua na emum wo hu sɛ yes usu wo buo bi ma wo a asɛm a ɔka no usu betim de ayɛ adwuma nti sɛ usu yɛ party pani a ɛdeɛ na wo yɛ ɛde atwe yɛ nipa 2 million na wo mo anto aba amae ɛno na ehu ya nti kasa ɛbɛtwe wo maba a emu ohwam a ɛbɛma obi ehu sɛ yes wo yɛ party pani no ɛno na ɛsɛ yɛ
me come line so na atiefo abami pacho ba enencha no yebete so kakra wadaroma montimase engineer Kwabena Ajay Japan and I'm not twetwen komo no ncha no but so na wo bibia obisa no quickly na yakoyanim 0596259444 and 0560180880 opim so
yes ma santama ni Kofi Boakye
oyibo Boakye na be himi pacho yankoi
inshallah oh open new idea enyezo na metin voice ka na bibi awasan ko agume was some MPP na me de on say me de already ni mo Dr. Baumi arada na me di say Dr. Baumi awe ni obejo ni team no na me dey be say e dey be pentina for the past 8 years young consider for appointment and I may be also one pa na mentase because you know Kwabena pa the way say some MPP na ho form the competency the credibility better than na even deputy minister even board ko how many be no it's a wadaruma on clarify one mame and I say and also one pay
mate ye benji mrema oyi ano opiso
yes my that my Kofi
net say kwaku
Kofi ya ko faru wa mo ka da ya po ya zo po me say
yo me da
yala engineer Kwabena Japan wa chara
mate wo chupa
na mesra de say o we be bia ko la du sesi ala Kofi so wa keke tia Dubai na photo to na ntima e ti ba ko pe no mo nyina bo ti wa kere no nya Japan wona bo den ka bum kese pa baba ka me message na Kwabena say ka mo nyina be ka bum na ke be ta Canada ti an ke be boa na ye kan ko ji tu mi namla na mjo le oba boa ama no ma nyina ku ida bia cho ka ma da so baba
me so be da so on the wakan say de dodo no be choose no party nti oho ono na mu choose na ono nyina wakan bi opim so
yes ma sante man
me pacho din di say na afrifin
be ma Kofi Boakye
Shaibu Mosizongo ai
ala de mpanchi ama de grasso to na be juba sante da de
me se na nchia no ni ho yenko ne asem ne so me srewa
obegazi unim no na openyin engineer Kwabena Japan o kan o say area se woni obi nyine abusuya na nche se ade kakra bia osuya free ne hom sa openyin oyini pa bia from day one from Perenkofo ya president and general secretary oyini pa bia obe no wa so pa ebi before na nkata hom na go for the party ni no o mo na commit mama party na nya general bia na ne bo mi omi yomi nyina free party mo mi ka no korɛ na go for the dia side bia ba woni bo mi ma sa abronya he na me ha abronya kasa bi wo Facebook ni he MPP that's code how many national secretary want me hold party no kwai one en kasa nka officer say na general secretary and asa fifi kota any sini be na betima sadi ne kwa na ya party
ne kwa na say
ya kan kwetrom party ni future
me da say
papa ni de me zo mo fama no kwa mo pa de pa ka foko ko ma ya free party ni amasa me be o mo to SNP de edi o mo dia obedi na no mu twa do ni e no odo party no do betima ya no aye ne me so a no Kwabena say
me so me da say opio so
yes yes ma sante man
me pacho din is na afrifin
edin gusua ye junior baumia manso antro kombe se konkwa
madam mama woni na ko atem kakra na yenwi ntem wai
me da fipi le papa ne wo ho no papa Nyankopon hira na wo se nchia ne enye yin tira man o de mama fa respect e mama papa de tem na ne se wasom MPP party no ono ne di pa MPP aye edu baby MPP ye ne bone I think utia MPP so ka na so de chair party no nti ma we de wo MPP ni kase pa anyi wo mo a asem nsine motim mo ko ka asem o ikukuam no ye pie no ma we nti sa Nyankopon sha pa na mesre
me did say who support him to prepare ye. Young fire support Emma, His Excellency the former Vice President. Now the man me did say last year we campaign pa boy. Yen na ye yen support na we near me did say who supporting ye which man advice na yet me and supporting be come opening nakopon sharp da odo NPP ndie nakopon sharp yi me da see
me das me nia open so
yes ma tantumai
Robert
ene gana menya Blavi
me bacho yenkoi
Blavi bako de
ami adum na so e
me akopase me chia me papa ma de hina no bakate na me chia obia
yenkoi
Blavi me kan ya me mo ne pose oke kase ya papa ene oni abetina omo funse a wa cheche ni semu ya biba na me support we ya baka ya ho na de na ponto abane ma no na sa ni bono no baka no what you say me da ka me ka che ni ya say se den ko fo no mo hwe na party no wo mu na ni nji wo sa party ni mu a amle ba kum ni e be ji no e bo so no so wa hwe ni e kura no a ya ka se be ko nsu ama no mu odare e be ba bodo do ni fie obi bia ma na be pe ni dem wo nya ma no e ko ba ku no wo mu no amu fa ma no enti esra no so hwe na be bia wo no na ni nji a amre ndc e be ji ma ono ka se na kuma beto ni yem me da se
me fa few calls aka ho na mama na ansa e de amayen okay opim so
yes ma something
me patro din is an friend
if me
Kofi ni me patro meet you
ai me senior man you so na me hwe na sports woni Mr. You match a power on TV and then, but about power, obey a general secretary, no. One national chairman, I think that Satan party me a rough power because I said, Nena into Kwesi or more headquarters into the CC. Satan, no, then a coso. A two, Sakasa Basabasano, and about MPP. I think so, oh my mother say. NDC for imagine say omo kasa hu enti omo so be which is bad sa media me pese abro ne omo twena so na yese emre bi a etwam na president na ha me ya wo so a mintie kasa ti a chief justice ne jeri omo pardon omo no me pese abro ne yetwena so under the same government a president we na yehwe say identina emrantie bi wo party mu a omo kasa things are nan kan yan sen na ho bi say next time obi kasa tia panin bi a through politics a ye betwe na so na enfri ho ye hwe say we nso de tu na obe pardon na na say on pardon no three enuma wo Ghana say ye wait we was so ba we engineer any whatever no e kwan a ye ye nche na say no enti apart from say papa itu we onya flag bearer my president, yen will be a check your my institution had Ghana. Or mama to say politics a digana, bro. Just a one about power no. Obey holding institution, Piamana year, Juma Yeno. Now, almost 2 cannot institutions offer baby and your mind. It means me the manusi said Ghana ha, me be say a Ghana highways, urban roads, feeder roads. A city engineers, all my parents send the be on a Katuabo Summit. Maybe a man fancy and will be ready.
That's a power. Open so. Mr. What I know, crowd. Here too can eat you. Eat you.
They were on the phone. I said, okay. When you do that, if you are saying what you what's a million, I don't say what you I don't comment upon. Only no. Where am I with that? Only where am I with that?
Okay, then we about matter. And to one or say or do to me now open to me to the baby on fire on Konya device. Monfa kɔdɔ yɛ mo ndisi matia mate amaso medase me bɔtɔ mo frɛ mesa fa but me pɛso woni ensem de abaya no na masan abi Mr. Wa Fred dada ne de no ambo bi ho kwa ma na Freda ensem a wo ho kakra na me pɛso onya no engineer de obi bi say dada ATS MPP ba mo ede na just consider for any position.
First and foremost, me da o nyina ase. Say utia dodo na abaso body. Me dey me fese. Ewi ase wo ya ade a ofise ni penhwe. But ni pa hwe.
Obi kura se o de party ni obone kura so de che.
Che say nti me dey me den say at least suban kakra me yi di a kire Ghana for dodo na ani so. Say me yi ni papa. Me kososo asomo man no aye ni papa. Na metu enchirima for no sofo position in government are working there
it's beyond your control.
Well na me can say me nya me na say ibisa me say because me nya president so on them show no say president na is ibusa no nti me dey obia offer me bibi na dey do baby no na just say na eya sire kakra because me kai pa say 2020 uka se mampani no afre me se opese de me yema no 1998 na me di nanim no ne re-election no me meboa ti muka me nyina na chi Ghana he nyina in fact we will fear crowd no smile me de car any police any driver say me share no Kumasi ase that I know ko Niger e koye no ECOWAS chairman that was the weekend to abayi okay inauguration na me kind of convoy you na akotra na oso ewie edu baby ho no ati we na we have ahakra de make se bia say am sire nkola bi na omu shia baby o mate say baby chief of staff na de omu pa ne auction cars na am say what you cry achemo de dada energy roads me engineer the other roads energy transport and bebre enso so ebubo yina na nka but man fa anya asem me dey me feel say to me no say be ono na ne ato aba ama no nti dey o feel say ombetimi aboa na ma na hihye na ban no e na oye ne sa nti enye no kre wo ho ana nkrofo say mama eyi bi na say me mpani ade no it's not entirely true na I do baby cry me so for cry dey na me mama ofre me congratulating me say na TV3 dey ato so say I am the Director General of Ghana Ports. I'm
very busy, sir.
And I'm sure Ntesa, but Ghana who now say I make around me could do consistency be on cry. A wager by way. When himself me Casawi, yeah, me ma question and answer time. Obi sorry be catch them say, oh, na general. Minya semo temahabo. Me try some maybe who me who.
Also na epo ina na ada no.
So nti if you actually do Jesus am di.
So me da so
up to now wo ba be catch say wo be busa me.
Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem?
Edu we bi na wo ba ka say edi me ho grow say dey. So but eno de me no niema ma fam wi asinti no. Mo sunsun bi a me fi se bi nyame na de che me. I take all these things in my stride. Me di manya kopon say nyame mama ho den na adwuma nyame de ahye mamu say me fam wa Ghana no say nyame pa nyame na binim nyankopon wo da sori a say wonim wo da wo hu de aye de esi so sorry enti say nyame pese me na opese me di o man nim na onim makoma nyame so hwe akoma onim de me wo mani so am pese me yema o man no na say e ba be di mo a me ye ho adwuma the role of road agencies. No correct. Me, my engineer, my Juma Ghana Highway Authority. In fact, my running materials laboratory that I work and cry. The NA share na certificates, ne standards. Make sure say BBR quality control, quality standards. Na tama me koye executive director Ghana Institution of Engineering. Ade ba kwana me 2 engineers ne full cause yana problems bi wa by him because a smart engineer ba ko so onko so no ECG onko China no koye factory acceptance test omo ko check quality control ya esi obi nko produce bibia se wo kono wan throw report yi near the transformers be good Ghana. That's a near Juma, who engineer, and so. So, to me, the 10 beyond me 2 on for say. So, who a foot to be at the Bema a buying and as a minister, put it in writing. Now, say, one on a take ultimate decision. Say, overrule the old catcher, no, not a chinebi assemble.
You've done your part.
That's correct. But at the be also a coswa. A year engineers, no, civil servants, no count. Be a friend of Yema eye service. Or more per promotion term near identity. I dear cry and your cry. Instead of be catch the papa and say beer. Me and you see. Onka. One who will line be a see one cry a friend. Tematu Mpakana. Oh, said train a fast. Oh, Sika, a car, boy. And the engineers are more 2 a buying for so many salary line.
Nano crowd the train comes to be a quack train. You be a
just a elevator. I dare not build the embankments. Kaka trains to Seka. I dare a Juma crime. You say beco more than 3-4 times a day. So if it is not frequent, you don't need to elevate it because a kakasi we share interchanges on my year. Train is a beco a year. And once a cabana, no say to say the first near Nukumasiano and I say circle. And once a traffic agent and a trim. A quania pija, na ye adi. Ka emo o mining ka end stable what ye engineers friend the drainage characteristics.
But there are times you need to give consultation to the government.
And very important. And near maybe me and Madame for na say Michiano money. Were playing so sagle me adi. Engineers been 2 almost for say. As I said that Tesano. Police depot kakaka da ho as a son and 9 years so akugu Tesano kra enka ne police for nya baby tra ka police for nya baby tra so it was supposed to be 5,000 units some say 1,002 kra and the what Tesano enka crofo and so ubo na technical person bi ho a so 2 abani for say oh e ho de kwan wa 1 there's no transit arrangements the arrangement no design say be ferry nipa because
and these people that will be living there work here
just wherever there has to be transit arrangements into one year there mama nyesa I say buankra rural na yenye enso ye shiska wo buankra no na so ye buankra na rural na nye ya
ndie na de be
ntini many people who are technical people no so ye kan ho kakra and the politicians no so kan ho but we need to put a stop national interest no say
foul language
be can there be mamen can same way back one na nipa kan say me regional secretary no na say party no ebinom ense me boss ya na ensem na change tro be am pese but tro be ese me chim because do anti
the chance ho asachre
because propaganda be by the way am timi win na me da hospital no ebinom anti ase da say akoye ense bia owo hini wo party mu ti empe kwan bi na yentwi no free party mu nso ubusa on say dey pa na me ye ya yentimi nka nkire o eno anse entro ne entwato so na ebi kura begina ba bi say yesi ye meeting na me de akoma NDC sase moy ye ka so obi di bibi akoma NDC e me kwa na Japan na mo nim history of this country no how ntino we ka say me ko join NDC enye possible because we go Supreme Court abeko ko hu say statute me ensesi ho me papa ka ho one of the 3 high court judges omu ya under the PNDC enti me kwa na Japan na me kwa koton MPP ama NDC ara na mo ka sa asem we because mo pese mo ka asem ya e good nipa ho fin but me de me su nyame enti bibia omo eyesa ni nyina no me sama omo nyame anim omo etiase sisi no so nim se Nyankopon abusa ho ba se abranti ame from Nkola Abrem metu me ho asi hodi asom ekuita ma wiase ehu obi esro na me national television so 1999 I held 7 press conferences me nko na obi akreso so betra me nchen me ni Jerry Rollins o krum hase ne ehu pa ma ye party mpanimfo bi kura timi frame kwabra di we nya ya we ni kura on hand over my because o man ye ma hye no ne ade enso president Kofi Boakye unte se me kan bibi e fa Rollins anya enso na me press secretary to president na me otumi kakra I was well within the national security establishment but yes I need to me vengeance is the Lord's nye nipa so enti san semo a omo anti me manye bibia. I was unjustifiably removed as general secretary. Even me tifie kra no 2016 me sam mobilizing scarce support to over 100 constituencies. A bit tiase. I almost did ministers because of support am de ko boa because me the party no na me so. Me boa enti enye no credit say de DBC o. Na wote ho na nkrofo akofa nipa aboro say bibi the invisible forces. Since I'm free as general secretary, what invisible forces did you? And why am the coffers had in the buyer? And why there? Who were they working for? So it was all orchestrated and organized to present time. Now who is general secretary? I wasn't head of the party. Who not her party? So why would you create confusion when baby away age man?
You only saw Kassan about 5-10 minutes. I have people that they are on hold on the line. Okay, trust me. Me form two no they can't they are hono. Obiso.
Yeah, trust me, Kofi Boakye.
Come on, straight to the point.
Kofi Boakye. Na Kofi se me name le tolo. Me name that party. Me name me tolo. Me bra penny no.
Trust. Good deal.
Party we don wa opon. Opon pen ko. O so wa o ni se ma woka. O ko e general secretary. I bra penny afoko ko e chairman. Hwento mu twatu papa yesu. Abba no akonya nkwanhia da hospital. Aye say de na ni yini fi ho. Akofo mo pen so etwa nto be di party. Ada na mo party na say ni. Timi ko fin kam ya futo na me ma me bra penny say. Aba ya sa so be no mo je no. Tika no ba ko sere no. Ko e den a Kennedy na ni ade o man show down. Ni so o ma sa bo mo show down. O bo ma for magri. O ma so mo sere party no guru. Ebi kaye na yini bi se ko fi o so na mo go sem fa mai. Who so ko mo ya wo. I'm
just about 5 minutes to 6. That's it. From the last person. Open so.
Yes, so.
That's it. What so I just I was fair to you. Me pacha me.
Na me chief for me chief staff je Debra.
Me say tia ni ho no ma ka kire o ba ya he o kire.
Obi ni ke o tie papa ya asema o kan ya. Na say papa wa ho bra say wani so de hunu pa yi. Na MP party mu mpa no kwesi na mi nya koma ya kan ya no. Sanko mu pɛ no kora hwɛ papa yi nsɛm ne bra manyu no ma MPP mu a wo sanka omudi na onna bɛ fa bɛra ebi so hwɛ mompene mu omompene akofo ado amomo bone ko de bra Ghana fo no onya party wo anya poichi bia me bo a nti papa yi se ka MPP fo pɛ no kora o sanko mu papa bɛ fa na mo mafo mo adwuna wie Dr. Baumia no mo de papa because I just simply say Ghana for 2016 no won no body bona ma MPP nya power now MPP for anya sika a also mo mfa mbɔ party de sika. Yes,
that's a pa. Engineer, probably beyond and I have just about 3 minutes to sign off.
I think so. I did about one person me capture your telephone. Say your party no, you need a mem cabi. It's in Team Ghana. Ye nananum from United Party. So inti abatwo de ye to aba party. And I ye to so at said the Michelle. Ye hu ensunsanso bebre de kofo ye dubu ahen ye enu kire se ye to aba na ye tu wi na asa enti ye nya nto aba no se bi obi anya nyankopon na obehu nipa na ye to aba no so mo dos over 230,000 they say crowd them say e di bia beka ho so enti obi anim de besi enti be de me namo a me kama sempai me de to wo manim no me ka se ebeka wo makoma na nyankopon so be mam kwankyere na ma taa machi ekwanpa so na menim se wo musoma ma me obi a Ghana fo nim se me wonim de me ka no kra me yire me ho ye madwuma me bu Ghana me nti eno nti Ghana fo be san gye awa tu na ye party fo no kra dodo na etena afie no a say they see me as a symbol of their suffering. Enti omu be energized, be sorry. Na yinya sa figures na you bet me NDC for the CNE pa in 2028. Enti more how omu say me support to the candidate of the party. Sana ubia oye MPP ni oye osno party
ni dia obey.
Sana esa oye. Enti me man imu ye ne sa na chese ya batu ye koto na meme wani a obia beka say ne me kota akwab na chi next time e bi ma ntimi ma me nyenti no wan hwe nipa no kra oba beta wachi ana aye ne na enti ye no de ma mo mfa nka asem kra na support so baabi a omo support wo no enye hwe si nyina ye doso ye nipa num nipa no so a ebeto aba no so doso afi na me ma hye me campaign ase enti kakra menam na me kama se wo ebeto wakoma mu na ato akoma nim se Nyankopon nti ebe pija me na wasoma me na ma bedi oman enim. This
wouldn't be our last conversation, trust me.
Oh, definitely.
We are president, I will come to you and we'll have another conversation. Well, I wish for your mom in our Jumeda engineer, Kwabnaji, Japan. Say, Mokotobana,
I'm in Sanchia, Tufo.
Oh, you're
and Shira.
Omokotobana Mukaso, the number 5 aseo.
And I say, Hono, and the president could fall by. And then the Basusuna Hoana say what in the book.
I was your channel and some was here.